Welcome back to Crosshair here on GDQ Hotfix, the show that brings you runs with bullets. First-person shooters, third-person shooters, shmups, bullet hells, lasers, rockets, grenades, and shotgun shells. If it's got bullets in it, it's got a homie here, Crosshair. My name's Dangerous. I'm your host. If you got a run that you think qualifies for this or any of our other GDQ Hotfix shows, we are taking runs for our winter season. So head on over to gdq.gg/submit/hotfix. I got that URL correct, or just type !submit in chat and send in your runs. You might end up on a future episode of the GDQ Hotfix. Well, folks, I can't hide the theme today. It's pretty obvious. I fear you've all seen it already. Yeah, we're going to be featuring the F.E.A.R franchise. F.E.A.R 1 is probably my favorite speedrun to watch of all time. I don't know the run yet, but one day maybe. But it is my favorite one to watch, and so I thought we got to get F.E.A.R 1 on, and if we're going to do F.E.A.R 1, we might as well do the whole franchise. So Gulch and 8-Bit are going to be here a little bit later to show off F.E.A.R 3, which is a game that doesn't exist as far as anybody's concerned. Before that, though, we'll be showing off F.E.A.R 2. Draga will be here to show that off, and Draga's actually already here because he's going to be on a couch to show off F.E.A.R 1 from Chirp, the world record holder. Chirp, welcome to Crosshair. How you doing?
I'm doing very good. Thanks for having me tonight, Dane. Really appreciate it.
Heck yeah. But yeah, tell us a little bit about the run and then give us a countdown whenever you're ready.
Absolutely. So, hello everyone over at the Games Done Quick Twitch page. My name is Chirp, and today I present you F.E.A.R, which stands for First Encounter Assault Recon. And I gotta tell you, you're in for a blast because there's gonna be lots of glitches, and as you can see, I'm already floating midair. But I want you guys to take notes of one particular thing, okay? This red ladder here is very important, and me floating right now is also important. We're gonna go more into details later on in the run, but before we actually get started, and before I give my word over to Draga and KZ to introduce themselves, I must make a confession. Yes, I am wearing a t-shirt that says F.E.A.R on it, though it is in reverse, so you don't see, you only see, yeah, you see F.E.A.R, but in reverse. But you have to take my word for it, it does say F.E.A.R on it. But yeah, right now I'm gonna give my word over to Draga to introduce himself. So hello, Draga, welcome on in.
Hello, Chirp. Yeah, hi. I'm Draga. I ran this game for quite a while. I ran it, started running in mid-2021. Held the world record for quite a while before sort of giving up the reins and handing it over to Chirp. But, you know, I'm here to explain some stuff. Yeah, hello.
All right. And actually, before I give the word over to F.E.A.R, actually, I wanted to mention, yes, I am indeed the world record holder for this game at the moment with a time of 38 minutes and 35 minutes. No, sorry, 38 minutes and 35 seconds. This is an insane milestone for this game. Basically broke a lot of minutes in the past year. But right now, I'll give my word to F.E.A.R to introduce himself. So hello, Ben.
Hello, I'm KZ F.E.A.R. You might hear me addressed as Ben. That is my government name. I
accidentally disclosed that. My bad.
That is all. That's hey. It's out there.
We're off to a great start.
Coming after you now.
It's just out there.
Yeah.
I hide no details about myself, but you may know me as a Grand Theft Auto guy. I also happen to like shooters and scary things because these are scary times. It's dark 16 hours a day, brother, in the dead of ass winter. And I work during the 8 hours of daylight. So I am really well put together for an incredible showcase here. And I thank Chirp for inviting me because I ran this game 6 years ago. And I'm kind of here to just be entertained, I think, because what do I know about the game now? Who knows? I'm ready to find out.
Spoilers, guys. You might not know this, but he was one of the former world record holders, so it's all good.
True, yeah. I had like a 43, I think.
And yeah, before we actually get started, I do have to mention that you can make different profiles in this game, and because tonight is a special occasion, I actually made a profile called GDQ, and I put a cute cat face here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, now we're going to get started. We're going to click on New Game, Low Difficulty, and the timer will start as soon as I skip the third cutscene. So it will not start here, but it will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So,
Good
luck.
thank you very much. So yeah, F.E.A.R, shooter from 2005, very action-packed, quite a lot of horror as well. And we're not gonna get into story details because we don't really have time to cover the story. However, we're gonna instead start with a glitch here where we teleport at someplace on the map, and then we're gonna go out of bounds and do a bit of map walking, of course. Do a bit of failing because the failing is included in the package. But yeah, what you guys saw there is a little trick called quick porting. So I'll actually let KZ explain what quick porting is. Go right ahead.
Is like, so when you, oh man, I might get the exact details wrong. It's like
should I?
when you quick
Don't
save
worry.
and quick load, and is it quick load again or a quick save again?
So you do 2 quick saves and 2 quick loads in rapid succession.
Okay, and that puts you in, I don't know if it's like the world center, like 000, but it puts you in some coordinates, right?
Yeah, those are the coordinates.
Those, okay, so it does put you 0, 0. Okay, it puts you at world origin, and then from there you can do interesting things based on the map. So,
Come on.
in this case, you know, Chirp is able to get some height, get onto some buildings, and kind of get around a lot of the early game, like intro tutorial triggers, like how to crouch, how to do everything.
Yeah, that's basically for the first level, and that's so quick porting is among like the most time-saving glitches in this game, I believe. If you like put all the quick ports in the current patch version of the game, like combined over the 1.0 version, you can save like a ton of minutes because for most of you who might be unaware of this, quick porting was actually not a thing in the 1.0 version of F.E.A.R. And it was first introduced in like, yeah, we get bonked here. That's Paxton Fettle. He just smacked me with a plank of wood because I clearly deserve it. Had I not been here on the show tonight, he definitely wouldn't have done that. But this guy has his motives to do this. I'm definitely someone who didn't need to be here. But
This guy likes ketchup.
Yeah,
he
covered it.
Ketchup.
We need
and
to
jelly.
mention.
Yeah.
We need to mention this. He has strawberry jam all over his suit. And yeah, this is the bad guy of the game. Basically, he's like a leader that's been, I don't know, consumed by someone. And now he's able to like control a bunch of clone soldiers. You know, those soldiers that you saw in the background there. Those are clone soldiers. And we'll be fighting most of these throughout the game. However, I must mention that we're going to actually skip most of these fights. And what you'll see for the most of the run is we're actually going to be like just running through and punching bad guys, basically. So here I did some save loads. Basically, you just quick save once and you quick load twice. Why quick load twice? Well, basically, if you press the quick load once, you get a window on screen that basically tells you, where the game basically tells you, are you sure you want to, like, you know, revert to the last save? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So you just save load and you skip that. I skipped some dialogue lines right there. But right now, I have to wait a bit for the screen to fade out and then skip this last cutscene. And that's basically the first level out of the way. And now we're into the second one. So this second level has quite an interesting beginning. And I'll actually let Drega explain what, you know, the thing is about that you're about to see. It's going to be quite something.
So there's this guard at the beginning, and this guard's going to tell us he wants to go and find a lever to open the gates. We're not going to do that. We're just going to approach him, and we're just going to use his sort of weird geometry to jump over the gate you see right here. So Chirp's going to line up to his shoulder here. He's going to slow-mo and hopefully just use him to jump right over the gates.
Second try. All right.
Yeah, that's actually a new setup. That's actually a new setup Chirp is using right there. We used to do it from the other side, and at some point someone just tried doing it from the other side and found it's much easier doing it like that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, front side is evil.
That way.
Yeah.
Do not do front side human boost, otherwise you're going to have a bad time with this game, just saying.
Can't confirm I had a bad time doing frontside human boost 6 years ago.
As did I, yeah.
How was your experience with that back when you ran this game through?
Everything just felt really random sometimes. F.E.A.R. is a game that's on a kind of its own proprietary engine from Monolith Productions. May they rest in peace.
Rip Monolith.
I believe they're defunct now.
Yeah, they have been defunct for a few years. Also, news guys, remember that Warner Brothers just owns the IP for F.E.A.R, but yeah, something has been established very recently, and Netflix is supposed to own Warner Bros. Right now. So maybe we get to see F.E.A.R 4 in the near future. Anyways, what I'm about to do here is a small glitch called Box Boost. Basically how it works is we throw a grenade into that big room ahead to affect some gravity, or no, change some gravity in the game. And that what will basically allow us to do is use this box and this fire extinguisher here to fly up to a blue container that's like right here. And I got it. Woo!
Very nice.
Okay. This is a really, really random strat in the round, which saves a lot of time. I usually just risk it. I was expecting myself to like go more risk-free, but no, I just winged it because I'm so used from like my own runs to just wing it and like hope for the best. But yes, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Casey Boo was saying how the run was really random when he started. The run is unfortunately now even more random, but you know, we'll get to see some of those strats later on.
Yes,
absolutely.
It always gets worse.
Yeah.
It always gets worse.
Well, you're in for a treat because we're about to have one of the newest like skips for like this very slow hallway sequence. So what I'm about to do here is I'm gonna hop on this
Where
crate.
are you going?
Where I'm gonna
is
corner clip
happening?
into it, then run into this wall, do
my
a small
God.
save load, and of course fail this. It's fine. Don't worry. I got this the second try.
Easy
Huzzah.
peasy.
And we
He just gets
make
out.
it through the
Okay.
wall.
I
don't-
did that sequence back in the day, so
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
so-
to me. Wow.
I found that by complete accident when we were looking for a way to skip that Jankowski guy. You guys don't know who Jankowski is, but he's like one of our buddies in this game. And I accidentally found that clip by mistake at the very end.
Yeah, I was going to say, it also skips in about, it's like 15-second animation where you have to slowly like jump out the window and like you collapse into the floor. You skip all of that by doing that as well, which is nice.
So yeah, we're gonna start by doing a quick port here, and then just wait a second because I'm humping this ladder. And you guys remember that ladder that I mentioned earlier, like the red ladder? Well, I'm not gonna go in further details, but basically humping that ladder continuously allows us to literally walk in the air like God. As you can see, I'm just floating like God everywhere. This is, by the way, not really like no clip, it's more like a fly glitch. It's called the ladder glitch. Basically, what we're doing there is we're holding the jump key down, and then while we're doing that, we are spamming the crouch key and the use key on the ladder. All of this simultaneously, and after you do that, that just basically allows you to like float in the air. And ladder glitching or airwalking, whatever, is also another glitch in this game that allows us to save a bunch of time on most of these levels. As you guys saw, I just flew out of bounds there and straight to the end of the level. I skipped most of it. It's like a 3-minute level or something, glitchless. Yeah, we're gonna start doing another quick port here. Climb this ladder, grab this armor pickup, very important.
Yeah, a lot of levels are going to turn into combinations of quick porting and then ladder glitch, or one or the other throughout the rest of the game now.
It's a fun little thing because you can descend whenever you want by spamming crouch, but you can only ascend by using map props and
Yes.
stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot to
Chirp's
mention
doing-
that. So
Yeah, Chirp's doing some fun little routes to get the height that he wants, and then there he got the height that he wants, and he's going under the level now.
yeah, so the only way to elevate yourself using this floating glitch is not by pressing spacebar as if you were in fly mode or whatever in no clip. So you have to use like the environment, like floors, props
Coming up
around,
is,
whatever.
oh, you don't even get to see it. Oh yeah, there it is. That's
We
my
get to see the
favorite.
chair.
the white room,
There's
yeah.
the chair. This is F.E.A.R's favorite
It's
room
my
in the
favorite
game.
room. It's my favorite room.
The chair is very important for the lore, guys, but unfortunately, we're not gonna get to see what's gonna happen in that room, so we're just gonna skip it. But basically, what Monolith likes to do with this game is place cutscenes like outside of the map. Like that is one of them, and we actually skip it in any percent. But yeah, here is the shortest level in the game. It's called Bad Water. So we're gonna start by quick porting, then walking on some pipes, and then into this vent, and then bablam into that ending trigger, just like that. And then guess what? The next level also starts with a quick port. So yeah, lots of quick ports.
Yeah.
Indeed. Lots of quick ports in early game, but you'll get to see more of this soon enough. And usually you don't have to quick port more than once in like any levels, but this level is one of the exceptions. So I'm gonna have to quick port a second time after like I'm just about to finish it. But we're gonna get to the end here. Gonna jump through this window, very important. Jump crush through it, don't get stuck. And then jump crush through this one. Pick up that proxy mine from there, very important. Then jump crush through this window once again. And here we have a final area where we're gonna fight some replicas, just like this. And shoot them. Have the proxy mine ready up. Throw the mine there, and then kill these guys, just like that. Don't worry, guys. This is strawberry jam all the way. It's not blood. Don't worry. This game is PG friendly. And then we're gonna do
in charge of an army of super soldiers that are filled with raspberry jam. Yep.
Yeah,
Cheaper than blood.
That's the plot of the story, or like one part of the plot, more or less. So yeah, I did a second quick port there, and now I'm gonna stock up on some supplies while the dialogue plays out. Unfortunately, even if you like save load and skip this dialogue, it will not do anything. So I'm basically like running on a timer here. I'm trying to, and yes, I got shot through the wall there. That's very rare, by the way.
Sick.
Yeah, and I'm about to pick up these 2 remote bombs, which are very important. Hopefully grab the health booster as well, but I didn't grab it, unfortunately. It is what it is. But yeah, this level, LZ is hot. Okay, I'm very excited to talk about this because I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, Driga, but I'm like the one in the community who has a rough understanding of how this upcoming glitch is about to work.
I mean, I can't tell you how it works. So I would assume so, yeah. I remember the days when we actually used to play this level. Those were good days.
Yeah. So basically, we're gonna skip this whole level. We're not actually gonna go through this very big building that's coming right up, and we're gonna use this helicopter to do something very magical. Just watch. Do not blink. Okay. Check this out.
I'm locked in. I'm ready. I think this is.
Yeah, lock in. This is the most important moment of the run.
Really? Okay.
If
it actually works.
Oh,
it works.
Oh my
God.
What is going on? What is he doing?
Let's go.
So the explanation for that is that he actually just gets to drive the helicopter. He just becomes the helicopter pilot, and helicopter pilot sort of like it's cool with me. So
yeah. So the basic premise of it is that the idea is simple. Once you land in the LZ, you want to get close to the pilot side of the helicopter and hug it. And after the checkpoint save occurs, you want to spam jump and crouch, and that will basically allow you to float to the exit, pretty much. But
so bizarre.
yeah, here we have a really rough part coming up of the run, so I'll actually let Drega explain this real quick while I'm focusing.
So he's going to throw a grenade and use the grenade's explosion to lift this ceiling tile off of the floor, and he's going to jump off the ceiling tile and use it to clip through the ceiling, just like that.
Let's go. Let's go.
And then there's going to be a second one just coming up in the next room here. So the first one has been known about for a long time, but it's only recently been implemented in runs because of a new setup that actually makes it viable.
This is the one I remember.
Yeah, this one has been in the run forever. So it's going to set up the ceiling tile again if the ceiling tile wants to cooperate. There we go.
Kind of bullying me right now.
Yeah.
It's just marathon luck, guys. Don't worry. This will always happen.
Throw a grenade. It's going to lift up the ceiling tile. It's going to bounce off it.
Oh,
Excellent.
I love that setup.
And then do some out of bounds platforming to skip. This is called Norton skip because we skip interacting with a character called Norton by doing the skip. And just like that.
Now,
Norton is maybe the character I associate with most spiritually. But go on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you guys might be wondering, will we actually see Norton Mapes this run? And the answer is yes, but I will not tell you exactly when. You'll actually have to watch out for it. And for the people who watch this run on YouTube, like the offline run, whatever, the VOD, please leave the timestamp in the comment section down below as to where you have seen Norton Mapes throughout this run, because this is very important, guys. Just saying. This is a very rare moment that you only get to see once in F.E.A.R speedrunning these days. So, yeah, if you know how Norton Mace looks like, feel free to drop a comment and let me know with the exact timestamp. I'll be watching.
He's always snacking.
He looks like
That's
a
the thing I like
night.
about him.
So,
Lots of strawberry jam here. Don't worry, we got a little girl there who's just vanishing. And now we're about to do a thing called gate clipping. I really don't know how this works, but it just works. So, Drew, Drega, if you guys have an explanation for it, go right ahead.
I mean, the way to do it is you line up with the gates, and then you press right a few times, and then you press right and left a few more times, and you go through the gates. And but how it actually works, I have no clue.
If we don't know how it works, can we call it the Todd?
A what?
It just works.
God,
Yeah,
just got that.
absolutely. Okay, it just works, guys. It's a thing that just works.
but
Yeah, don't worry. I'm about to, casually throw a pistol through the walls because, these walls... Yeah, as you can see, these walls are solid to the guy who we play as. Oh, by the way, his name is Point Man. But, yeah, the walls are not freaking solid to the weapons that we just...
We sort of skipped past it because we were talking about other stuff, but at the beginning of this level, he just jumped onto the second floor, and that skipped half of the entire level, and so that's called Bishop Skip, and it's very nondescript looking. It doesn't even look like you're doing a skip. You're just jumping up onto the second floor, skipped half the level, just like that.
Yeah, and in that half of the level that we just skipped, we're basically supposed to rescue a hostage by the name of Aldous Bishop. But because we're doing that, we're just not gonna see Bishop this time, unfortunately. So, what can I say? To those who appreciated Bishop as a character in this game back when you played this back in 2005, I'm sorry to say this for your fans, but yeah, we won't get to see him. Actually, we will get to see him in the next level. Never mind. Just remembered. Now we're gonna throw a grenade at these guys as much as we can, and then we have to do a bit of parkour, just like this. Very nice. And then that's the whole level. That's the whole Bishop level. And now we're into Blindside. So Blindside is pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention regarding quick porting. So quick porting is not always useful in this game. If I were to quick port in this level at this very moment, or at any other point in the game, sorry, in the level, I mean, I would actually, meet a very unhappy ending to the character who I'm playing as. So we're just not gonna do that, and instead we're just gonna run through, pick up some med kits, punch some bad guys with the remote detonator, as you can see. Very finicky remote detonator, I love it.
We're gaming. That's what it's looking like to me. Disappointment is gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead if you have to say something.
If you notice, Mr. Chirp has just done a lot of melee, and otherwise just run past guys. Game's, of course, on the easiest difficulty, and Point Man is supposed to be like a super soldier, right? So he's like super strong. He's whacking everybody to death. Combination of superpowers and easy difficulty, I would say.
Like, Point Man is one of those guys you wish you would play alongside as a partner because he has, like, literally iron fists, man. Like, he can literally punch anyone in the face and they'll just die.
You could get that.
Yeah, you can use the explosion to actually boost yourself. It's a really easy strat to pull off. But, you know what's also, like, very easy to pull off? This thing here. So this is called crouch glitching, and basically the way it works is that you have to have the toggle crouch settings set to off in the game settings and bind crouch to your scroll wheel and just like use the notch just one time. And here we're gonna do a little trick called fire skip. Basically what we're supposed to do in the actual game is go look for a valve and turn the fire off. But because I'm such a god gamer and Point Man is pretty resistant to fire, I'm just gonna do that instead. Hop on a pipe and then onto the platform there.
Yeah.
Now,
I used to turn the fire off personally.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chirp did a new setup there, which uses that strat used to use like 9 or 10 med kits, so it's very risky to go for. That's a new setup where it only uses like 2 or 3 setups, so it's much more viable
insane.
now.
Yeah, so at best you want to use at least 1 medkit because I've done runs earlier and I had like full HP, about 105. total, and I did not make it through. Like, I got a top, but as soon as I made it a top to the ladder, I actually died and I forgot to heal myself. That was like a very silly mistake. Yeah, that's the whole blindside level, and now we have Sayonara Sucker, and we're gonna start again with a quick port, and this basically just skips the whole level. That's just the way it works in this case. It just skips the whole level.
Get lucky.
Yeah, sometimes you get
Bag
lucky.
of chips on the ground. There's a bag of chips over there.
Yeah, these are very suspicious, Chad. I wonder what are they doing here. Like,
I don't think I'd eat something called cheese poos, personally. I no longer have an appetite.
personally, I would not touch those as well. They look pretty disgusting, to be honest. So I'll just like ignore them and like mind my own business. But yeah, that basically skips the whole level, and I'm gonna get in this vent here. Did that wrong, I'm supposed to slide kick through, but it's fine. And guess what, guys? If you thought that level is not enough to start with a quick port at the beginning, this level will also start with a quick port right at the start. And right now, I'm gonna punch these guys and show you another really cool skip, which saves minutes. So you guys see this pillar here? Well, I'm about to like become Spider-Man for real. Look at this. Just like that. You just ride it, and it works.
I remember struggling with that a lot more.
Yeah,
Yes.
so basically in this game, you can actually like climb certain walls, which are like at a 45 degree angle or something like that.
Sorry, go on.
No, go right ahead, because I might get deep.
It works because the seams of the pillar aren't put together exactly right. So there's like a 2-pixel, like basically floor you can walk on there. And so it looks like you're just going into the pillar and just walking up it. It's like there's like 2 pixels where the floor or walls of the pillar weren't put together properly, and so you can stand on those.
Right, so remember the remote bombs that we got at the end of that first segment? Well, we're gonna make good use of them here, and we're gonna use this cactus to boost ourselves into out of bounds, just like that, and we made it atop out of bounds. That's actually a very ancient strat, which never was proven to be RTA viable until like very recently, where I thought of like rerouting eggs and omnis, which is the last level of the first segment in the game, like pre-Arma Camp. Because right now we're in the Arma Camp building, and we can pick up those 2 remote bombs at the end of Eggs and Omnis and use them to do a little trick called Cactus Boost, which you just saw right now. And it actually saves like 5 seconds if done perfectly over the inbound strat, which is, inbounds route, which is pretty wild. But you know what else is wild? There's gonna be another big trick coming up that if the RNG gods are gonna be with me this time during this marathon, I actually get to showcase it. So here goes nothing. You see this trash can? We're gonna use it to clip through a wall. Wait, that's not how you do it. Hang on. Yeah, check this out, guys. Hopefully I'll get it like fast. And
Easy peasy.
That's insane.
I actually got it. I actually got it. Wow.
So that strat is very, very RNG heavy. Many good runs have been lost to that, where you're just standing on top of it, and it just does not want to clip you through the wall. So that was super smooth, and super cool that we get to show this off here in a relatively smooth fashion.
I gotta be honest, I lost track of how many runs died to that strat alone, but I want to say, at least
trash clip.
Yeah, I want to say at least 40 runs. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, we're gonna quick port, and now we're out of bounds once again. Can you believe it? It's pretty wild, I must say. But no, it's not something new that you have seen, guys, in the first like 20 minutes of this run so far. So yeah, we just quick ported, and we're gonna be doing a little more map walking here, as you can see. This is actually like the hardest out of bounds to pull off in a run.
This stuff is so hard in general,
It requires
on the outside,
It requires so much patience and so much practice, like, holy hell. I don't remember how many hours I've spent practicing that out of bounds alone. But yeah, if you guys remember, I said that you usually don't have to quick port twice in like any of the levels, but this is also another exception. So what I did there is I used the ladder and I quick ported, and that basically allows us to climb an invisible ladder at the same coordinates of the quick port and get up here and skip like half of the level. And I'm also going to be doing another save load here because there's a trigger in this hallway which spawns some guys in this room, but fortunately I did actually like get it right. and they didn't spawn, so that's great. Basically, don't have to worry about getting shot at.
And he's gonna hopefully do a bicycle kick up onto the wall here. There we go.
Yay, got it. Huzzah. Grab this med kit, go through this door, punch this guy because for some reason he got mad at me because I am speedrunning through the game and I'm not playing like a casual guy.
Oh no, a gate.
Oh no, a gate. We're just gonna go through it. We're just gonna go through it because we have the powers to do such a thing, don't we? So yeah, gate clipping is done like a few times in this run. It's gonna be done just one more time, which is at the very end of this level. And this section here in this level is very RNG dependent, so I'm gonna have to focus a little bit here, but as I focus, I'm actually gonna explain what's happening here. So, okay, if only I could make it a top here. So, the idea is that we're now going to rescue a girl by the name of Alice Wade, and we basically have to fight our way through these offices and kill as many replicas as we can, and then after that, she's gonna have a lot of dialogue. And we don't want to listen to that dialogue, so what I'm gonna do instead, well, that was a weird throw. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna skip a lot of these lines. So yeah, just kill this guy first. We're gonna skip that line because it's pretty lengthy and boring. You don't want to listen to it. Also skip this line. This is actually the longest line in this dialogue. And while we are doing this, the idea is to kill as many enemies as you can and also skip as much of the dialogue as you can during an actual run. Because this run is an RTA and, you know, we're at a marathon at the end of the day. I'm not too worried about save loading, so I'm actually going to instead kill more guys, grab some more supplies, play it more safe, play it more chill, and all that jazz. And now, we're gonna go and get Alice. There she is. Hello, Alice. Say hello to Alice, chat. This is a very important character in the story of this game. Our beloved Alice makes an appearance once again.
Back when I ran this game, this was a rather infamous section, and I would like to imagine that's still the case.
Yes, it is. You'd be correct.
Perfect. Some things never change.
Yeah, I mean, the only things that have changed about this section over the years is the fact that we've been trying to optimize like so many dialogue skips and not go for as many pickups as you guys would do like back in the day, because you'd play it more risky in current day standard if you are me. And we got bad RNG.
What are you doing, Alice?
No, the one time when she's supposed to be helpful, she doesn't go down these stairs. She has to like go around that wall and like vault over.
So Alice has 3 different paths she can take there. She has one fast path where she comes straight down the stairs, sort of the middling path where she still goes around and then jumps over the banister, and then the worst path where she goes all the way around and then goes down the other set of stairs. So that was sort of middling RNG there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, that was literally the second worst RNG pattern, so I'll just take it. Like, to be fair, if it were by me, any RNG pattern that she'd take, I'd be like fine with. I'm not gonna be annoyed or whatever. But trust me, guys, if you were to catch me grind this game for potentially a sub 38-minute run in the future, you would see me very annoyed whenever I'd get bad RNG. That is a fact.
Here we go again.
You'll squeeze every second to get that time.
Absolutely. And we're just gonna be... What we're doing now is... Yeah, we're gonna be chilling on this elevator ride with Alice here. We're not really gonna worry about these guys because they hardly do any harm to us, so I'm not that worried. But yeah, she's not gonna do anything.
Alice's secret?
Oh yes, absolutely. Guys, why do you think she's barefoot?
She's
I don't remember the reason. She's an otter, yeah, exactly. I pranked you. I knew the reason, but I wanted to pretend I do not know it. I'm gonna show more bad guys here. No, I'm not. I'm actually protecting you.
You don't have to kill everybody.
She's technically right, guys.
Sorry, I freaked out.
Why is she concerned about like the well-being of replicas? They're not real people?
What's going on? What happened to the power?
Well, if you paid attention earlier, Mr. F.E.A.R, I did say that they're cloned soldiers, so they're not real humans, although they do bleed, so they're not like robots. They're not made out of circuits and metal and stuff.
We're getting to a real bit of philosophy now.
Right, it's getting a little metaphysical.
Yeah.
Let's not discuss physics during GDQ, okay? That's
During
not
the
what
run
we're
where
here
you're
for.
outside of the boundaries of the world half the time, don't discuss
We are-
moral than sure.
Guys, we are here with one reason: to speedrun through our beloved games as fast as we can. And at the beginning of this level, I'm gonna do a crouch glitch and pay attention to what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna shoot this box, shoot that window, and slide kick through this window.
Oh my
Just-
God, come on.
You were gone.
Okay, that didn't work. I do have to save load and free myself, but that's
Oh,
fine.
okay, okay, okay.
Wow,
there you
That's
go.
fine. Okay,
Well
so that's a... Yeah, go ahead, Dane.
Oh, I was saying, well done. That was good.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So what you guys saw there was, window skip. And I don't remember exactly how it works, though Drega does have a very logical explanation for it. So go right ahead and explain how it
so
works.
as I understand it, the idea is that you get stuck between two objects, and the game doesn't like you having to have stuck between them, so it forces you one way or the other. And so by setting it up like that, you get stuck between the box and the window, and so the game sort of freaks out, and it just decides to resolve it by just pushing you out through the window.
Yeah, this is actually the last gate clip in the run. I lied. The one from the previous level wasn't the last one. But yeah, that is the last one.
That was
I must-
insane. That was completely new to me.
Well, I
I
think
do
it's
remember
also...
this ladder walk, but
Yeah,
I believe KZ2 actually found the window skip, like the really OG version of it. It was
oh
some
yes.
it was some of the mod
yes.
bucket way back in the day.
I was actually gonna kindly ask you guys, both Drega and F.E.A.R, whatever, any of you can take turns and talk about your past experiences and how window skip was actually done back in the day. I'm not gonna say anything, so feel free to talk about your past experiences, guys, because I'm very curious. And show us chat.
for that window skip, I remember trying it with mop bucket. I remember doing it with chair. I don't remember
Yes.
doing it with the object that you used.
Yeah, precisely.
I've watched runs. I've watched my runs back. I've seen me do it with both. I don't remember if I had a preference. Maybe start with one with the other. I don't know if I found it, but I do remember spending a lot of time in that room trying to get myself out of there.
Yeah, when I started running, the chair was still the method of choice. And there was a pretty good setup for it at the time. And then I don't remember who now, but somebody a year after I started running, someone came into the scene and found that any object worked. And then eventually the setup with the box was found, and that saved 20 or 25 seconds. That was a pretty big discovery at the time.
I remember, I remember watching that strat being done with the chair, unsurprisingly, and holy hell, it looked painful. I did not want to do that.
Garbage, yeah.
I
And then
remember trying maybe the back of the chair needs to be against the window. Maybe actually the seat needs to face the window. What configuration is correct?
I think it was what do you call the back part of the chair itself?
Yeah, just like the back of the chair.
Yeah, so the back of the chair, I believe, had to be against the window itself, not the other way around.
I don't remember. Yeah, it's been years. I don't remember what the setup was now, but yeah, I do remember it was consistent at least. So obviously something had been found since then.
But yeah, right now we're actually out of the Arma Camp building, and I could definitely say the fact that that segment alone takes more than 50%, if I'm not mistaken, of the game itself. So yeah, that segment is usually very long. But right now we're in the end game, so we're just gonna start making our way around through an pretty abandoned hotel building here.
Yeah. He's gonna start. He's going to start throwing grenades around. That's just to destroy some of the wooden planks around, just to avoid having to either punch them out ourselves or shoot them or something.
No, that grenade was actually to distract the Rev 6. Get your facts straight.
Insane parkour. Just casually hopping on windowsills while defending his actions.
But no, I actually threw that grenade for a good reason. So behind that robot that just dropped out of the ceiling, there were some planks. And typically, if you would not have any grenades by this point, you would pull out the shotgun and shoot the planks themselves. But because I have some grenades and I'm playing it more safe for marathon reasons, I actually have more grenades than I'm supposed to have. Typically by this point, I'd have at least one grenade, but probably not more than one or two. Yeah, that little girl right there, Alma, If you guys remember her, she is very important. I'm not gonna go into details as to who she is, but one thing is for certain. She is responsible for, you know, F.E.A.R's existence and the guy who we play as. Big spoiler alert.
I was
And
going to say one
also-
thing is for certain: little girls are scary.
Yeah, little girls in red dresses
Yeah.
are very scary.
Look at
Yes,
that, dude! What the?
That was unexpected. You thought I was just gonna go in this alleyway and continue on gaming, but no, I actually wanted to show off that
You scared me.
spooky
My heart
moment.
rate. Oh my god!
I hope your heart rate went above 9,000. Can you please let me know if it did?
Wow.
I think I would have just exploded if that happened.
Would have exploded? Oh no,
I think
I'm
I would've.
sorry, mate.
9,000 beats per minute, bro. What is this? Hard style
Okay.
techno?
Yeah. We're gonna kill. Yeah, we're gonna kill this heavy replica real quick, and we're gonna grab his rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And what you guys are about to see will probably get your minds blown. So
Yeah, if
once
you
again,
remember
do
the
not
ladder,
blink.
If you remember the ladder from the beginning of the run, this is where it becomes important. He's going to walk into the van
What's
here,
happening?
crouch into a bunch, and hopefully
Hey, we got it.
Wow.
now got the floating glitch off of the van, and that's I don't know if it only works, but it is at least significantly easier if you do the ladder glitch on that one ladder that we did right before we even started the run. If you do the ladder glitch on that one particular ladder, getting the ladder glitch off of the van is significantly easier. That's a really, really bizarre, but yeah, so we now get to skip the entire level by doing that.
Okay, so I'll actually jump in with some extra details regarding it. So basically, when I tested this with Samir, he found out that by doing that ladder glitch in that room with the red ladder that I've shown at the beginning of the run, or before the run itself, it makes this consistent on the latest patch of the game. However, on the 1.0 version, I must mention that it's actually consistent without having to do the ladder glitch to begin with. I have no idea why. It's just fear. Some stuff works, some stuff
Just fear
Other
things.
stuff does not
Hashtag
work.
just
Just
fear
fear
things.
things. Like
hashtag
throwing
just
a
fear
grenade
things.
in a room to fix the gravity. What's going on with that?
Yeah, we're gonna start this level with a quick port here. And what I'm about to do will once again blow your minds. So I'm gonna hop on the ladder, equip my pistol, and as you can see in the HUD here, I have my rocket launcher equipped, although the game disagrees and I do have my pistol on. So watch what is about to happen.
You.
Okay,
Ew.
I don't have enough health. Whoops. I'm about to die.
Man said, check this out.
Check this out, guys. Check this out. But no, so what was supposed to happen is this. Actually. So,
Okay.
I did the
Knock us
ladder
out of
glitch.
bounds. Okay.
yeah, so what I did there was actually get the ladder glitch to get the floating state on me. And I also swapped the properties of the pistol with like the rocket launcher. So basically I'd have my pistol equipped, but I'd be using the rocket launcher ammo actually. And that allows us to clip through the floor somewhere and just basically float to the exit. In the olden days, you would pick up a particle cannon. No, not a particle cannon. Sorry, an
olden days.
MP50. Yeah, an MP50 cannon, which you're about to see in just a few moments because it's very important. And you would use that to basically do the weapon swap glitch and like float out of bounds somewhere in a vent. But we're gonna use this ladder. We just grabbed the cannon. As you can see, this is the cannon. In my opinion, one of the most amazing guns in this game, which will be very useful for this little trick coming up. So I'm actually gonna let KZ to explain what's about to happen in the next few moments. Yes, that is you. Go ahead.
I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm gonna guess that we're still doing
Yes.
floppy skip.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so he's going to get a lean on this thing and shoot it towards him because the bullets do a little bit of, splash damage,
Whoops.
if you will. And we're supposed to keep it on the platform, Church, on the platform there. Okay, good.
Don't
Give it a
worry,
little
guys. I got
punch.
this. I'm a professional
Pointman doesn't
speedrunner.
know how to hold things in his
Whoops.
hands that aren't guns, so he's just got to slide this with his feet. And once it's in the right spots, you give it a quick save and pray, a little bit of prop boost, and look at that.
First try.
I call that first try. It was harder getting it in position than actually doing the trick.
Real,
you
though.
know it.
Yes, so the setup is the most nerve-wracking part of it. However, I need to raise awareness to whoever is going to learn this game in the near future. That strat can be a real pain in the ass in the sense that when you're doing the boost itself, you can actually clip through the floppy drive and you'll fall to your death. What happened there was pure luck. I did not clip through it, so it's all good. Run is alive. Let's go on.
Someone in chat said the new kids haven't killed Floppy Skip yet. Floppy Skip will never die. Never.
Never, never, never. Unless someone finds a way to get a God effect, and we can do a quick port on this level and skip floppy boost. And actually save time over it.
We never kill Floppy Skip. Ever.
There have been ideas of ways to skip floppy, but yeah, haven't panned out yet.
Okay, I have one big request from everyone, including the people who are on comms right now. Type hashtag, yeah, that you are part of it. Type hashtag justice for floppy. Not hashtag.
I did my best. I can't see my keyboard right now. I think that's about right.
Hashtag justice for floppy, guys. Hashtag floppy will never die. Floppy is immortal. Yeah. Clowns, yes. Clowns, hello, hello. You're about to witness history. And yes, I did another wall climb there. That's actually
that one is much easier. Yes, that one is like almost free.
It is super free. With the one in unauthorized personnel, you actually have to have a specific lineup and spam jump in a really weird way. But if you thought that was the last wall climb in the run, well, prepare to be once again amazed, because at the end of this level, we're actually gonna do yet another wall climb, and I do actually need to focus it a little bit for it. So let's have a solid moment of silence for like 10 seconds, so that I do not screw this up. Oh hey, and I got the floating glitch from the door, and I didn't save load.
This is interesting to see without like the effect. The guys just pop in.
That's not ideal. So we're gonna crouch again. Oh, okay, we can jump. All right, let's do it. Let's do it, fellas. Check this out. So I'm not gonna use modern technology, and I'll just use old technology and become Spider-Man once again, and just do that.
Nice.
Back in the day, if you wanted to climb somewhere, you had to get there. You know?
Fun fact, that wall climb in particular saves 3 seconds. Yes, 3 seconds over the actual elevator ride, if done perfectly. And it's not really... It's pretty easy to mess it up, but fortunately, because I've practiced it a lot, I hardly have any issues for it. But yes, we're in the last level of the game, so get a bit of hype up in chat, because you're about to witness some great stuff. So I shot those boxes off of this bigger box, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a little trick called rocket boost. Self-explanatory.
Props, dude. I just love fighting props in games.
Yeah, basically just shooting at my feet, flying with a box up in the air, and I'm skipping a pretty boring walk section. But yeah, this section is more important, so I'll let Draga explain it while I focus a little.
Okay, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to explain this, but essentially he's going to hit or push the box into that sort of corner there. He's going to slide kick into it and save load to make sure he's sort of properly stuck into it, or maybe not save load, and then he's going to just push the box into him. It's going to clip him through. And it's
no, man. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I didn't save while falling to my death. It's all good. Run is alive.
Oh, come on.
I was stuck in the ground. I couldn't turn around this corner. This game hates me, guys.
There we go. Do some out of bounds walking, and that skips the final fight section in the room.
This is a lot of time.
Yeah.
It actually
oh boy, I almost died there.
Sucked a lot of damage there.
A lot of damage, and I only had 2 medkits, as you saw. But fortunately, we're still alive. Now it's time to say hi to Alma. So say hi to Alma, say hi to Mommy. She wants to hug me. I'm not gonna let her. I got other things to do, like speedrun through this game. Yes, you're not gonna hug me tonight. No, don't do that.
As a never nude, I cannot even look at Alma.
Real. She's so stunning, even I have trouble looking at her, like, beautiness. She's really beautiful, real. But yeah, and now I'm just gonna
face now.
I'm gonna punish her because she wanted to hug me, guys. Fun fact: hugging is bad. Never hug people. They're pretty contagious and just not good for
Hey,
anyone.
Dane, bring it in, brother. Bring it in.
Can I hug my wife?
Yes, you absolutely... No, you cannot do that.
No.
Hugging is bad.
I am
just
not
said
Dane's
that.
wife, by the way. He did not address me.
Yeah, first not my wife. To be clear about that.
But yes,
Back
guys.
the record.
One final thing, we're just gonna break this cutscene, and we're about to see Alma once again.
What?
One final time, bodiless.
What the heck? That is. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can break that cutscene by spamming spacebar for some reason.
Oh, space. Okay.
Do not ask me why it works. If I were you, I would ask Monolith.
I
which
would,
are
but
now
I think
kinda
they're.
Yeah, it might be hard now.
Rip
Someone call
Monolith,
Jace
guys.
Hall.
Someone called Jace Hall. But yeah,
Monolith is better than
anyway.
Harlan Wade.
Anyway,
time is gonna come up in a few seconds. I'll actually tell you when it's about to split. So basically, when the upcoming loading screen is like fully loaded, and we get into the very last level, which is the epilogue, that's where the run ends. So yeah, what can I say? This was F.E.A.R. Yeah, is it? That is a great question. We're about to watch the epilogue, but yes. What can I say? That was First Encounter Assault Recon. I hope you guys really enjoyed this run. Special thank you and shout outs to F.E.A.R. Yes, I see you there, mister. I also see Mr. Driga. So yeah,
hello.
That's time right there. And that's F.E.A.R.
GG.
And now we're gonna watch the epilogue for once and for all, and sit here a bit while I have some final words to deliver. So yeah, shout outs to Driga and F.E.A.R. for joining me tonight for commentary. I really appreciate it. Special thanks to Dangerous, who is the host of the show. So yeah, big shout outs to him for being an amazing guy and for inviting me on such a special occasion to showcase F.E.A.R. off at a Hotfix event. This is a really special moment to me because this is the first time I show a game off at GDQ Hotfix, and I am so overhyped. I'm very happy that I've shown this for y'all tonight. It's almost 3 a.m. in Romania, whereas in America it's like, what, 8 p.m.?
It's
So you
8
guys get
p.m.,
to
man.
chill.
Just about turned 8
I got
p.m. Yeah.
dinner.
Absolutely. You got some dinner to get
Got
tonight,
dinner. Got to
sir.
watch the game. You know.
Absolutely. Some final shout outs. I would like to also shout out my chat for my... No, sorry. I would like to shout out my Twitch chat, obviously, for supporting me throughout my F.E.A.R. grinds, especially the sub 40 and the sub 39 grinds. Those were the most painful for this game, but the speedrun for this game is criminally underrated. So if you guys love F.E.A.R., if you love speedruns, action, and a bit of horror, as well as punching bad guys in the face, I do recommend this game. I actually coach for free for a limited period of time, but one day I'm actually thinking of monetizing for it. So yeah, I, the world record holder, can coach anyone, including F.E.A.R. if he's willing to come back to this game at some point.
Dust off the 6-year-old cobwebs. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, so if you guys have any final words, I am pretty done here. I have nothing else to say. So yeah, special thank you everyone to once again. And also special thank you to the GDQ chat for being here and watching this amazing run.
Yeah, well, thank
that
you
was it for me.
for being here to show it off. This was super fun. Yeah.
I really appreciate your kind comment. And I don't know, am I allowed to promote myself? I should have asked this before.
Yeah, where can we
Go
find
ahead.
you on the internet? Tell us where we can follow you.
Right, so you can follow me at twitch.tv/F.E.A.R. That's where I usually do my speedruns at. I usually do my speedruns live, including this game. I grind this game a lot whenever I feel like it. But for now, I'm going to put it on a shelf up there somewhere next to that plant. Oh, I cannot point. Next to that plant right there and the sheep to like rest for a little bit. You can also find me on Blue Sky. Just search for like Chirp64 or Chirp. And you can also follow me if you feel like it on YouTube. Just search for Chirp SR. Also, fun fact, if you search up Chirp SR on YouTube, you might stumble upon some churros recipes. Don't worry about that. People call me churros, but yes, that's it. that I have nothing else to say. Special thank you once again to everyone and Dane for inviting me tonight. This was an amazing moment to showcase F.E.A.R. And I wish you everyone nothing but the best. Take it easy.
Thank you again for doing the run. This is like my favorite run to watch, so it was super fun to see it and to be able to sit here and mic up with y'all while you did it. So yeah, thank you. But yeah, folks, we still got 2 more F.E.A.R runs to show off today. We're gonna be back with F.E.A.R 2 in just a minute from someone who's actually already in this call. Drago will be back momentarily to show this off. So we will see you after a short break. See you soon. Welcome back to Crosshair. We just saw F.E.A.R 1 from Chirp, which was an awesome run. My favorite run to watch. But we're going to be showing off the whole F.E.A.R franchise today. And Drago, who was just on comms for the last run, is back to show off F.E.A.R 2 Project Origin. So, Drago, take it away.
Hello. Yeah, as said, I was just here. I feel like, it just materialized again. Yeah, but I was on comms for F.E.A.R 1. I just want to say, great job, Chirp. It was a wonderful run. But we are moving on to F.E.A.R 2 now. I am joined by Mr. Gulch 2, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gulch 2. I run all the F.E.A.R games. F.E.A.R 2 is an awesome game. I'm really excited to watch Drago showcase this. It'll be awesome.
Absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's start. I'm going to start a new game here. Timing isn't going to start just yet. It's going to start once we gain control. So we have just a little bit of an intro cutscene here to watch first. We're going to be introduced to, Warner Brothers and Monolith, Monolith, but during this intro bit, this is F.E.A.R 2. It is obviously the sequel to First Encounter Assault Recon, the original. This intro section is going to take place actually during just the ending sequence of F.E.A.R 1, where we didn't touch upon it really about what was going on during the story of F.E.A.R 1, but at the ending of F.E.A.R 1, a nuke was set off, and we're going to be watching that from a sort of slightly different angle here. And so timing will start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Well, close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah. Thank you. So we start off in interval 1. We're going to first of all meet up again. Jump across here. And
yeah, this game is split up into pretty distinct intervals, so we'll go into each different load section, similar to F.E.A.R 1, where the game will transition us into a cutscene and we'll go on to the next point.
Yeah. And then we're going to skip this cutscene as soon as we get a nice jump scare at the beginning here. I'm mashing spacebar, but unfortunately we still have to see the jump scare every single time. And then our main objective here in the beginning is to find a woman called Genevieve Aristad, who is one of the leaders of the what's called the Armor Cam Company, which is one of the main factions within F.E.A.R 1, and we want her to basically get her to explain herself for why there was basically all of the things that happened in F.E.A.R 1. And so we are part of now a different squadron. We're not part of the original First Encounter Assault Recon squad from the first game, and we play as Sergeant Beckett in this game, who, for reasons that are never actually explained within the game, we still possess all of the slow-mo abilities the point man has.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Probably a completely different person. This guy's
Dude, making fun of a man for his knowledge is a
sign of
insecurity.
I said the reason is retconning.
Aristide now.
Yeah.
Secure the lobby. Red,
So we're seeing here for our squad to move on. There is a small chance here for a glitch to happen here, and so we're going to see as soon as this thing happens. No, okay, we didn't get it. So what can happen is that Stokes here, her AI can glitch out and she can start moving instantly, which saves about 15 seconds. It's not actually allowed in actual runs, primarily because it is more or less completely random, and we don't want to have people just resetting over and over again in the beginning here, so just for a 15-second time save. And so it's based off of something called the sound acceleration error, which Gulch, if you want to go into that, what the sound acceleration error is.
Yeah, so essentially in F.E.A.R 2, you can turn off your PC's sound, and it will give you this sound acceleration error, which allows you to skip all of the dialogue within the game and make some of these sections a lot faster. It's not as fun to watch because you have to play and watch the game without any audio, so most runners don't prefer to run it. If you look at the speedrun.com boards, it's the least played category. And I think it's a good decision. They decided to split the boards up like that.
So like kicking into enemies here, you're going to be seeing a lot of that slide kicking into doors, and that is because of a new addition into the series, which we'll get into right after I jump kick through the wall there and skip the first fights. In the bottom left corner, you are going to see a stamina meter, which is a new addition to this game. And stamina management is a large part of this game's speedrun and getting good at it. So you're going to see things like slide kicking through doors, and that is because slide kicking moves you at the same speed as sprinting, but it still like refills your stamina while you do that, and so it's slightly more optimal to slide kick through doors. A lot of runners will also jump at the end of sprints, but that doesn't actually matter. Rather run, I would like you to get out of the way, slide kick into the enemy, and slide kick into the door here.
Yeah, and one more notable thing about F.E.A.R 2 is that you don't have the ability to holster your weapon like we saw throughout F.E.A.R 1. So we're going to be using optimal weapons that have the fastest movement speed throughout the run, which are like the pistol, some of the shotguns, and I believe those are the weapons.
Those are the big two. It's the pistol and the shotgun. And so this game doesn't have a way to holster weapons manually, with one big exception. Much later in the run, we're not going to be able to do that, and so we're going to be doing most of the run with the pistol and shotgun. I'm going to try to skip here. No, okay, that's fine.
Oh, nice try.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, so what Jigger was trying to do was you can either slide around and stay on the platform or jump kick around and avoid that cutscene altogether. So as soon as a little bit of you hits that water, the cutscene's going to start. So it's pretty precise trick. I don't even go for it when I'm runs because I'm just like, I lose time. I don't get that trick most of the time. So not getting it there is pretty expected. It's very tricky.
So I've decided to run in English. The optimal way of running this game is actually in Italian. There were some funny lines later on that I want to show off in English, but the reason Italian is the fastest is because this cutscene is 2 seconds faster in Italian for no explicable reason. It is simply cut off 2 seconds earlier.
Sergeant Beckett, where's the
And
rest
so
of the team?
this is Jennifer Falstead, and as I said, she's going to give us a big, nice lore dump about her actions throughout the first game. That is until, you can see here, Harlan Wade, and this is during the events of the Vault in the first game.
Yeah, this is right after the floppy boost, if you remember that. So this is the cutscene while we're just waiting outside the door and opens up the Mataroma. So now we're going to see what that caused.
Surely nothing bad.
Gonna be...
I don't think it's anything bad, right? Yeah.
Almost seems pretty nice, pretty chill.
Oh, speedrunner sarcasm.
Get into here. And what's that in the distance over there?
Oh, it looks like a beautiful city. I hope nothing bad happens to it.
Is that
firecracker?
I think that's it, yeah. Yeah, so this is the in the very final ending bit of F.E.A.R, where you're like being pushed back. What happens is a nuke is set off, and we're getting to see that from a different angle here. Just before Jennifer Falstead comes and gives us a nice villain monologue.
I think this is such a cool way to connect the two games.
For sure.
Get them aboard. We don't have much time.
And then as the level ends, spam space to get through the loading quickly. And then spam space some more to skip this cutscene. Some cutscenes you can skip in this game and some you can't, and I'm not entirely sure what the criterion is for like them being skippable, but that is one of these skippable ones.
Yeah, so we wake up in a hospital and put our HUD goggles back on, and
you're also going to see here, because all of our weapons were removed, we now don't have any weapons, and it lets us move faster. And so we're going to we are eventually going to have to pick up some weapons in this level, but we want to remain weaponless for as long as possible for the increased movement speed.
Yeah, there's I believe one other area in the game that we're going to be able to run weaponless, but it is very rare.
Yeah. Keep on going along here. And so there's going to be here a section where we can't sprint just here, so I can no longer, not just here, it's here, try and get a slide kick off. Nice.
Very nice.
So in this section, I cannot sprint anymore. And again, some people would claim, not going to name names, some people would claim that this makes you, it makes you go faster if you do this sort of a crouch movement here. And I can confirm it makes absolutely no difference if you just move through it normally. But it definitely feels like you're going faster if you do that. Pick up.
Yeah, it's like one of those FOB things.
And then this section, I don't think anybody entirely knows how it works. We need to kill certain enemies here. So I'm going to slowly move forward while killing enemies. And then there's an elevator here, and our goal is to get the elevator open and move into it. But to do that, we need to kill particular enemies. And so we're going to get here, activate the elevator, reload the checkpoints. And then the strat here is to pick up the grenades here and throw them in this particular corner over here, because that is where the enemies that we need to kill spawn from. And so we're going to throw a grenade here in a rhythm, and after we've thrown all of them, we're just going to have to kind of hope that it kills all of them, which it has, which is lovely.
That was a very good elevator.
Yeah,
nice job.
Yeah, thank you. You can get really stuck there if your grenades miss the enemies and you're just sort of stuck there waiting for them to come to you at that point.
Yeah, really easy to lose a lot of time there. Even for seemingly no reason, like you did everything consistently the same way you always do it, but it's one of those levels.
And then slide kick through here. The slide kick or the crouching tech in F.E.A.R 1 does technically also work in this game, but it is significantly more finicky, and it's usually not worth going for. Usually you just want to be slide kicking through vents and whatnot to get around as quickly as possible.
Just random Alma popping up in these hallways.
There's a really important enemy coming up here. We want to make sure we kill this guy so that we can grab his shotgun. This is going to be our best friend for the rest of the run. Pretty much going to have this out exclusively.
Yeah, the reason this shotgun is so good is because it has the same movement speed as the pistol, so it's tied with the pistol as the fastest movement speed, and it's also much more lethal than the pistol in regular combat. I'm really glad the game didn't crash there. That is one of the points where the game can randomly crash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this game is a little bit finicky on modern hardware.
Yeah,
There's like
it's
some sections that don't load in all too much. Apparently there's a patch that you can run for the game, but I haven't tested it yet. But
oh, I did, and the game wouldn't launch. So yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And I would like everyone in chat to know that this game did come out in 2009, so it's pushing 16 years old, and because it is so finicky on modern hardware, Discord is struggling to show this thing without dropping a billion frames.
Yeah.
Man, I glad to see you.
So Jacob's gonna wait for this that dialogue to start so that he can go grab some ammo and armor over there and make it back just in time to get in the chamber before it turns around.
Time for one of well, it's not quite right yet, but we're gonna get one of the, I think, 2 best lines in the game after this.
This has got to be my absolute favorite one. It's between that or the one right before Nurse's office.
Yeah.
You can also, if you're not paying attention, you accidentally move your mouse at the wrong time, you can get out of bounds accidentally in this cutscene, and I've done it several times. So,
yeah, this game can be very fickle, and it's there's a lot of this game is just learning how not to soft lock, how to avoid game crashes, how to avoid all of that sort of fun things.
Yeah, as much as speedrunners love to push the confines with this game, you gotta play within them sometimes, or else they just won't like it.
And here we go.
Good morning, chickpea.
I love being called Chickpea.
You must be part of Project Harbinger.
Good morning, Chickpea.
Only way to explain why Harry would have brought you here.
So we're going to be evicted out of here in a second, and then we're in this section. We're going to see the power of the shotgun and why we want to use it throughout the run. Because it's quite powerful and it's quite good at basically just clearing out enemies that are in our way. So here, enemies are in our way. Not anymore, they're not. Oh, okay, there we go.
Make some quick work of those guys.
Beckett, I can't find Aristide. She must have panicked and run off.
Oh, there we go. And that's that level over and done with. At the beginning of this level, it's quite important I pick up those fire grenades. We're going to be using them for a skip, not in this level, in a couple of levels' time. Do is jump here onto the sign and get into the elevator.
I love the sound they make when you slide into them.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to see any of much of the melee combat in this because we are forced to have a weapon out most of the time. But slide kicking is still quite a good way of taking out enemies in this game.
Just one hit the enemies with your toe. It's easy. Little jump crouch you can do there to save a little bit of walking time, not a major time save. Drake is also going to do more of this crouch glitch that you can do in vents, so he's going to slide on that slope and be able to just run through the vent instead of crouch walk. We have to take out this enemy, and we do not want to pick up his gun.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. But that's our first little mini boss fight here. We got to wait for this door to break open. We're going to see a lot of spooky Alma in this game.
Yeah. Then there's a slightly more finicky one here where I crouch through there.
That's a little jump crouch just to get through a little small gap you're not intended to. Just get a little bit of running around.
Shit, I was afraid of this.
What is it now?
Alma, she must be after Sergeant Beckett.
Get stuck in the doorway.
Profile is off the chart.
It's again another big thing about running this game is just learning about what parts of the environments you get stuck on, because for whatever reason you just get stuck on random bits of the geometry in this game, and learning what paths you can take to not get stuck on things is actually like quite a big part of getting good at this run.
While we were running through all these hallways, I did want to remind everybody that Awesome Games Done Quick 2026 is coming up soon, January 4th through the 10th, and it is live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Registration is still open if you wanted to attend, and prizes are also being accepted through December 21st. So if you got a prize, if you're crafty, send in a prize that can be given away during the event. Those go until December 21st. Don't forget.
I hear Maxilobe's got a game in.
Yeah, he got a game in. I don't remember which one though. There's something. First something. I don't know. It's not important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this upcoming bit's actually cycle based, and we want to kick open a door, and which cycle like the door opens on depends on how fast you are getting to it. And so if you're very, very fast, you can get an early cycle, but you have to be very precise with that. So you can get it, jump. Ooh, maybe.
Gotta hope these.
Oh, wait. Never mind. Yeah, these enemies are the worst in the game. They will grab you randomly. This section isn't the worst for it. There's an upcoming section where we're going to be running past a huge bunch of them, and it's basically just a big RNG fest about how many times you get grabbed.
I do
very
love that this
reminiscent.
event has just like blood all over the entrance, and Draga just is like la-di-da-di-da, walks right into the vent.
It's actually jammed, and you know.
Oh yeah, sorry, Raspberry Jam, forgot. Yeah,
there you go.
We're memeing that.
So this is not being particularly glitch heavy. It's going to become much more glitch heavy now, starting here. I'm going to use a grenade during this cutscene. It's going to push me slightly. Then I'm going to use a second grenade, and that's going to push me out of bounds here. And then we're going to do some out of bounds walking here, very, very carefully. Jump up here, get around this corner, jump. Oh, okay. Do the one inputs and jump off the map. Do this again. Yeah. So one thing. Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna say, so we can see our squad mates are kind of losing their minds a bit. We're essentially the chosen one, and Alma is just taking out everybody else that is around us, including all of our squad members. So throughout this game, just like this poor fella here, we're gonna see our squad mates unfortunately get picked off one by one.
Yeah, this game compared to F.E.A.R. does not have quick save, quick loads, and it makes some of these skips absolutely brutal. Because if you mess them up, you just sometimes have to restart them from quite a while back.
Yeah, I would, in my opinion, I have ran all the F.E.A.R. games, and I would say F.E.A.R. 2 is the hardest game to run and do well. F.E.A.R. 1 coming in very, very close. I mean, as you can see, Chirp put on an amazing performance. If you're doing world record level, maybe F.E.A.R. 1's harder, but F.E.A.R. 2 is no walk in the park either.
Sort of like it. Okay, I'll take it.
Very nice.
I get into bounds, and that saves about 40 seconds of just walking around and then getting back in bounds here.
We have another skip found out coming up right now. This is found by Hippo. So this is tech that you can do with elevators, and what Drago's going to do here is it's going to slow-mo and activate the elevator button to go up, and then move left under the door before it closes all the way and just wedge it open.
Yeah.
So what this allows us going to do is we're going to be able to walk out of the elevator early. It skips, I think this saves like about 20 seconds.
Around that, yeah, 15-ish seconds, yeah.
But it'll come into play again later on in the run, where we'll save much, much more time with some elevator shenanigans.
I'm going to get my shotgun out here. And then, ideally, we want to pick up an assault rifle here. So there are a few different points where you can pick one up, and this is one of them. But it's dependent on basically whether or not the enemy holding an assault rifle is standing in front of you here. I don't see him. Okay, that's fine. Because we can't spend too much time just lollygagging there, because we need to make it past that gate before it closes. Then make sure we don't get crushed by the debris here and move on.
Skips a little bit of fighting that we have to do. And then Drago's also going to activate slow-mo here and wedge himself into this door. And just going to sit here and take this fire damage. We have to wait a little bit for this fire to dissipate, and then we can just walk right through. Also skips a large fight sequence. Very nice shot.
Thank you. One small bit of yeah. Well, I was going to say one small bit of movement tech that we haven't touched upon yet is that I'm looking away from like ledges and banisters when I jump over them because this game has a mantling animation that loses a couple of seconds every time you use it. So you want to just make sure you're not looking in the direction of an object when you mantle over it to skip that animation.
That's so funny because I was about to say the exact same thing. I was going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're just synced up like that. And we're about to get crushed a little bit. Ouch.
Ow.
And now this is the level that Drigger was alluding to earlier, where those enemies that kind of look like jockeys from Left 4 Dead, we're going to see a lot of those, and hopefully not get grabbed by any. They do like to jump on top of us.
So I went to Lickers from Resident Evil before Jockeys, but Jockey makes much more sense.
Yeah. They even have the same clothing kind of scheme on, color scheme.
Sorta, yeah.
Almond's going to say hello here. We're just going to say no thank you and move on.
Good old early 2000s QTs.
Also the second best line in the game, or maybe first best.
Looking over my data, I suspect what happened is that Alma became aware of you when you entered the TAC, and now she's drawn to you. You could even say she covets you.
Oh, come on.
Covet her.
She's a coveter.
You're like free pizza at an anime convention.
We are like free pizza at an anime convention. That is how I feel, to be fair.
Game does have some dialogue in it, for sure.
That it does, yeah.
There are lines of dialogue. Nice.
I think someone might have even written the dialogue, supposedly.
Somebody, I think, probably wrote this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure, but.
So these first few, I don't know what we're calling these enemies, the grabber enemies. These first few spawns are consistent, but after this they get random. And so this is the long section of sprinting where we basically just sort of have to hope that we don't get grabbed throughout it. See, there's a chance.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a chance that you can just get sort of thrown into the animation. Okay, we should be more or less good from here on. That can be, okay, so we didn't get grabbed there. That can be very frustrating if you do get grabbed. It loses about 5 seconds every time. And like, if you get grabbed once, that's fine, but you can easily get grabbed there like 3 or 4 times. It'll lose you just a whole bunch of time. Yeah.
He tried. That guy just went right up to the ceiling.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a little weird.
All right.
So coming up here is the other elevator trick I was alluding to. So Dreg is gonna once again go into slow-mo, wedge himself between the door before it closes. But this time, I'm gonna stay in here while the elevator's going up. You can see the background's looking a little weird on the right-hand side. The elevator is gonna be half stuck open once we get to the place we're intended to go. And Draga is going to jump in and wedge himself in here and just spam crouch and hopefully get into the floor where...
Wonderful, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And using this, he'll be able to go down a floor, skipping a very long fight sequence.
Yes. I started running this game before that was found, and yeah, we used to have to do a 4 or 5 minute fight sequence there. There was the second largest source of RNG in the run, and it sucked. And yeah, that skip eliminates all of that, and it's very, very nice having it.
I believe so. Hippo found that elevator tech, but I believe Matt was the one that put it to use in that specific location.
Yes, that's correct.
So yeah, Matt is a prolific glitch hunter of F.E.A.R 2 and 3. You'll definitely hear his name mentioned.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of stuff.
Hippo finding a glitch as well is like shocking no one.
Yeah.
Not a glitch hunting that guy does.
Mm-hmm.
One more place we can maybe get grabbed. No, okay, good.
Not today.
Not today. And then ideally, we'd want to maintain our armor throughout all of this, though that's really RNG heavy and not super consistent, and that's because I get up there. At the end of this, we're going to be interacting with a valve, and if you don't have any armor and you take damage, the valve animation is interrupted. Whereas if you do have armor, the animation isn't interrupted, and so it just makes it a bit more consistent if you do have armor. So interact with the console there, and then this is the valve in question, where we're going to need to turn it a few times.
Yeah, it looks like the enemies died anyways, so that's nice. Sometimes they don't, or at least one of them.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes more enemies can spawn there randomly, and I don't think anyone ever figured out why sometimes they just spawned. And then final valve over here. And this is meant to be a big boss fight, where we have to fight a big mech enemy. But you don't actually have to do that. Like, the game comes up with an objective saying defeat it. We can just interact with the console here and just move one out there without actually defeating the enemy over there.
And then a small optimization Drake is going to do is the load trigger is up ahead. So I think if you stand at the highest point here, you hit the load trigger.
No, it's just tied. No, it's just tied to the dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
What the hell was that place anyway? With a damn hospital, that's for sure.
So we finally escaped sort of the underground section, and we're going to be exploring the city now, and we're going to get to see the effects that the nuke had on the city outside. City does have a name, I'm forgetting. Anyway, the city I'm going to call it.
Genevieve thinks she can contain Alma, but her plan is going to backfire. Alma is too powerful to be contained. She probably always was.
So what are we supposed to do?
And then very important, so we're going to get a slow-mo here. It's very important you don't jump here, because for some reason the game just knocks you off if you do jump during that slow-mo.
Weird.
And I heard that plane flying up ahead is supposed to be a reference to Left 4 Dead Dead Air. I don't know how confirmed that is, but cool if true.
The plane was also in the first F.E.A.R game, which it doesn't make it not a reference, but yeah.
Just picked up a massive energy spike emanating from the Harbinger facility. It's almost
Do this and then, oh, come on,
probably a reaction to Sergeant
shoot out the lock here. This is another reason why the shotgun is good. Just this spray of bullets is wonderful for shooting out locks.
with a 10 square miles.
This enemy here, we actually don't have any forced encounters with, but they go around and like raise up these dead soldiers that you see where we're kind of walking by. And you're supposed to fight them and then defeat the main boss enemy. It's just a little mini boss, but we don't have any forced encounters with them, thankfully.
In a casual playthrough, there was one super annoying interaction with him in the school level, which I'm glad that we don't have to deal with in the speedrun.
Guys, I got a problem here. A big one.
You say that, now my brain is just wanting to say forced encounter assault recon.
I'm sure she wants my help with something, but she leaves them in here.
Shit, what's your location?
Come to Wade Elementary on Sycamore Highland. Oh, that stupid bitch. God damn it.
And then there's a small skip of the plane here. We're meant to go into a building on the right side over here and make it up onto the plane like that, but we can actually just look at the plane like this, jump onto it like that.
Whoa, nice.
Jump, slide across, and make it up like that.
Wow.
Very nice.
And then hopefully not get shot in the face by the rocket enemy there. I'm going to reload checkpoint here, and that's just so this electricity doesn't hurt us. If you reload checkpoint there for whatever reason, you just get like a few seconds of invulnerability from the electricity coming from the wires here. Not going to be able to do it here, so we're just going to have to take the damage. And then
We got a pretty cool skip coming up here.
yeah.
So this skip is I don't know if it has this name. They always people call the beam the Vaseline beam because of how slippery it is.
Yeah, Maxi calls it the Vaseline beam, but yeah. So get up onto the beam, slide kick here, over the fence, and that skips. This you're meant to be doing this huge sniper fight here and protecting Stokes back there. I'm not entirely sure what happens with the triggers because usually that floor there is just a death plane, but it doesn't load in for whatever reason if we do it like that, and so we get to skip the entire sniper sequence like that.
That was first try. That's a really tricky trick. Like that's definitely one of the tricks that I struggled with the most when learning this game. Trigger just made it look so easy.
And then it's either this or the next where you're meant to be getting into a mech yourself and doing a ton of mech fights. It's faster just to not do that and just to walk through it ourselves. Is it? Yeah, it is this section, isn't it? Where you're meant to get into the mech, I think so.
Yeah, I believe so. There's a lot of enemies coming up here, and there's med kits are a major part of the first game speedrun, and they don't matter nearly as much in this game. One nice thing is that we're playing on the easiest difficulty, and on the easiest difficulty, the game auto applies med kits. So just when you run out of health, and if you have a med kit, the game automatically just uses the med kit for you, so we don't even have to think about health throughout most of the game. Yeah, definitely more of a big concern in F.E.A.R. 1. We gotta go through how many, 30 med kits in a game?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Here we're just maybe 4.
Okay, into another cutscene here, which is one of those skippable ones for some reason.
It took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out that cutscene was skippable.
Wow.
I used to sit through that. There's also a small skip that you can do up here. I don't know if Drega's going for it.
I'm not. I don't know how to do it, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Another skip that Hippo found. You can hug the left wall and kind of jump into it. And you have to do it's a pretty precise jump, and you can skip this cutscene completely, which saves 15-ish seconds.
Something
but
like that,
again, it's so precise, and you can fall off the map and get the last checkpoint is before that last cutscene. So it's a little bit of a time loss. You don't get it first try.
Get through this hole.
You look like you can use a ride, Lieutenant.
And then we're gonna get the glitcher.
Where's Griffin?
I don't think so. Point man can glitch out here, and you can be sitting on Keegan's lap here. Just a little bit of a funny visual glitch. Doesn't save any time or anything, but yeah, that cutscene sometimes just glitches out. Skip the cutscene here, and this is another case where normally you're not meant to have any weapons here, but we unfortunately just have to pick up a weapon straight away to shoot the padlock, so we don't actually get any of the benefits of having our weapons taken away.
Keegan, we're heading inside the school.
Roger that, Lieutenant. I'm approaching the building from the south.
Best level in the game, by the way.
It is, yes.
Definitely the most iconic. I remember this level the most. My casual playthrough.
Definitely the effect and cause of F.E.A.R. 2.
Do a small skip here to do that, and then this skip here, Baxi has always called it playing hooky, which I assume is an American reference. Or
yeah,
I might have to redo this.
Skip class.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get inside.
all of the skips in this level are playing hooky.
Yeah.
Skip in school.
Keegan, we're heading inside the school.
Roger that, Lieutenant.
Yeah, this is the case where you can see here. It's pretty brutal if you mess up a trick in this game, where you might have to redo a large section beforehand to get to it.
Never mind, I'm good. It's hard to tell if the damage is from the explosion or a firefight.
Jump onto here. And
Ooh.
There we go. Okay, let's make sure we don't mess this up again. I'm trying to slide kick once, then slide kick again instantly like that, because that allows you to get jumps off. You want to go through this door. This door leads to out of bounds, and I clipped in bounds. That is fine. Door's just over here.
Okay.
Go out of bounds once again. And let's not clip out of bounds again this time. Go over here. Walk along this very thin edge, and then slide kick back into bounds just like that.
Very nice. Yeah, school's one of the levels with the most skips. We're not even close to done yet.
No.
Still got a little more. Fun fact, there is a setting in-game that you can set so that like the slow-mo effect here and this glass breaking doesn't happen, but it also happens to make it pitch black out of bounds in some sections, so the trade-off is not really worth it.
Yeah, it's just one of the like graphic settings, and for some reason it affects that bit. If you jump kick into that bit of the wall there, you get like sucked into Alma here quicker than actually just walking into her.
I don't know how I feel about duck face Alma, but all right.
And then this is
another skip. Oh, go ahead, Jago, sorry.
I was going to say, this is another bit where armor can matter. Yeah, we're going to be doing a small skip here to get to a valve, and if you don't have any armor here, you're going to want to kill the enemies here. But yeah, we do have armor, so we can just jump up onto the second floor here and activate the valve nice and easy.
Clean.
That is just one of the most like classic speedrun tricks. It's just jumping up to an area that you're supposed to get to at a later point. I love it.
Nice of you to join us.
And we meet up with our squad mates again. Not before we get another Alma visit. So I have melee bound to C, and that's the button that you have to spam in those Alma sections. And what you can do is you can have melee bound to mouse wheel up and down, or up or down. And so that means that during those sections you can just spam like mouse wheel up and down, and it just gets through those sections much quicker.
Beckett, this snake fist guy may be our best shot of getting out of this. Do what you can to bring him out alive.
And then this level contains two separate skips. The first skip is going to skip the first half of the level. Then the second skip is going to skip the second half of the level. So this is the shortest level in the game. It's about, hopefully about a minute long. We're going to jump through that wall, do some out of bounds movement here, or jumping back in bounds. Or not jumping to our death instead.
You better get going.
It's clear.
Yeah, for some reason this wall just has zero collision, slightly high up. You can just jump right through it.
Yeah, this is another skip courtesy of Hippo. Let's try this again. Jump back in bounds that time, and actually I'm going to be careful and get to this safety checkpoint here. So that skips the first half of the level, and then this skip we're about to do, if Coach wants to explain it, this skips the second half of the level.
Yeah, so Jig is going to activate slow-mo. This is a force encounter with this guy, and he's going to close the door, and if you melee the door right as it's closing, you can just prop it back open. That prevents having to go on a hunt to get a key card to open up that door, and saves a bunch of time. That's like half of the level is skipped by that. There is a slight chance here that we're good. That the floor doesn't load in for whatever reason. You'll just open that door, walk forward, and just fall to your death for no reason. Funny when it happens, but not on a good pace.
Yeah, that second skip with opening the door has been known about since forever. Not sure who discovered it, but yeah, very, very nice, useful skip. And then we're on to Snake Fist, which I think it's fair to say is the most infamous level in the game. It has definitely the most infamous skip in the run. This skip has a few different variations, and what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to give one try to the hardest variation, which is doing a full out of bounds to skip the level. It is very, very challenging. If I fail it, I'm just going to do a slightly easier variation where we're going to have to wait around a bit more, but first of all, just jump kick out of bounds here, and then walk precariously out of bounds here. You can see here it is pitch black, so part of the challenge is just seeing where you need to go.
And these walls are paper thin. It is so easy to go back in bounds just by jumping slightly too far to the left.
Yeah.
And if you do too far to the right, you're falling off the map. So there's sometimes no winning. But Jagger's making quick work of this. And a jump kick towards the second section. And he's going to immediately blow up this propane tank and go out of bounds again. So just going to wedge ourselves through the wall and do the second part of Snake Pit Fist. So with the extended skip, this is like the second part where you, if you weren't doing the extended version, you would just wait and get a checkpoint and just do this part of the skip here.
Okay, that's most of the hard stuff over.
Nice. Gonna crouch under this, get around this corner. There's one more crouch walk he has to do here. Get over to the other side of this wall. Very nice.
Oh my god, okay.
Nice.
Jesus, okay.
Nice.
I'm so glad I got that first try, okay?
Yeah, excellent. Great job, Drago.
Thank you.
So as you can see, that is an absolute gauntlet of an out of bounds. If Drago was to fall off or accidentally go in bounds in any of that section, he would have had to restart the entire level over.
Yeah,
so,
I can say almost all of that is much, much more finicky than it looks. There are so many little details that you have to look out for, so many different things you get stuck on, so many different just random bits that make you fall out of bounds. So that is a very, very finicky skip.
Great job, Drago.
Thank you.
GG.
Yeah, and that is probably that's definitely the thing that Drago is probably the most nervous about right now. We're probably just cruising to the end now. There are still a lot of very cool skips here towards the late game, but that's definitely the one that runners are most nervous about.
Yeah, that out of bounds, that actually replaces an old skip, and the old skip was already the hardest skip in the run, and that out of bounds is harder than it. It's a combination of things found by Maxi, Hippo, and Matt, all of them sort of stitched together different bits to make that out of bounds possible.
I'll skip the metaphysics.
Yeah, I think you mentioned before people used to use a chair there to get out of bounds like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know all about using chairs to get out of bounds.
So at the beginning of Keegan here, we have a forced turret sequence. If we shoot the propane tank there, it instantly skips the first phase of it. And we're into the second phase here. The enemy spawns here are essentially random, but the strat here is just to shoot them as we see them as quickly as possible. And very important, I need to shoot this bin out of the way. Let's prevent a soft lock.
Yeah, that soft lock can be really mean because you have to restart the whole mission over. You can't even reset last checkpoint because you get a checkpoint right before the soft lock. So so when you restart the mission, you don't have like the weapons that you currently have. So it kind of messes up a lot of things. It's very heartbreaking if it does happen.
And then that should be it. There we go, very nice. That's a pretty good fight.
Keegan, what the hell is wrong with you?
And then hopefully... Okay, good, okay. Yeah, Keegan just gets stuck here. If Keegan soft locks, you just get stuck here and he never falls through this and you're soft locked. And that's a very frustrating soft lock to get. So it wasn't understood for a long time. Before it was eventually found. But what happens is that Keegan will walk into the bin there and that'll mess up his pathing.
I thought the metal bar was getting stuck on his belt loop or something, and that's why he was getting stuck.
Yeah. There is another small skip here that I'm not going to go for. It's a very finicky setup where you want to sort of get wedged into the pipes over there, and that lets us skip straight onto the second floor. But it's a very finicky skip, and if you mess it up like more than once, you're already losing time. That's just doing it the casual way, which is just walking up onto the second floor like this. And you see here some nice ninja enemies who are going to be following us throughout basically the rest of the game.
Keegan's readings are looking a little strange. I must be getting interference.
And then, fun fact, the old strat for this section is an enemy is going to burst through that door, and the old strat was to wait for him to give us an opening until it was found that you could just walk, run right past him, and so we don't have to deal with him anymore. And I can't believe that we didn't try that, just running past him straight away instead of waiting for him to give us an opening. But there we go.
Yeah, they must have got unlucky a couple times. They're like, nah, this isn't gonna work. That's what I would have done. A little bit more electric water under here that we're just gonna run through. Just tank the damage.
Spicy.
Then it's not this section, I don't know. Room after this, I think. We're going to do a skip where we're going to have a bunch of electrified water on the floor, and you're meant to go and find a switch to turn it off, but you can actually just wade through the electrical water until you find basically the checkpoints much further into the room. And once you reload the checkpoint, the game then just assumes that you've done the objective of turning off the water. So it's, yes, up here. So a lot of electrified water, but we're just going to run straight into it, keep on jumping and make it to the checkpoint and then reload it. And that's just to de-electrifize the water for us.
Very free speedrun trick that you can try at home.
While we are running through these hallways and whatnot, I wanted to let everybody know about the Speeding Through the Holidays event that's coming up on December 27th and 28th. This is a little over 2 weeks from now, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, and that is hosted by Black and a Flash, one of our communities here at Games Done Quick that uplifts and connects Black speedrunners of all levels, hosting special events throughout the year to raise money for charity and celebrate Black voices in the speedrunning scene. They're also going to be back on February 5th through the 8th of next year, benefiting Race Forward with another event. So you got 2 Black and a Flash events coming up soon, one at the end of this month and one at the beginning of February next year. So use exclamation point BAF in chat for more info about that.
Awesome. In the buff back there, I did, it doesn't even look like a skip, but you're meant to get a, not quite a flashback, but it's sort of an Alma scary section in the bus. But once that activates, if you just move backwards, that section just ends instantly. We don't actually have to go through any of it. There's going to be a skip here where we're going to jump up onto that debris and make it up here. And then, very important, I'm going to take out my pistol here. That is because of a strange quirk with this level, and it only happens with this level, where if you have your pistol out at the end of the level, it gets taken away from you at the beginning of this level. So we now get to do at least the beginning section. That is a really strange mantle. Oh, there.
Well, at least you can mantle back. That's funny.
We now get to do the beginning of this level unarmed, which obviously increases our movement speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to kill any of these enemies up ahead. We need to squeeze past them. If we are forced to, we're gonna have to pick up the weapon, which is gonna make us slower. So, trying to keep our hands free as much as possible.
Oh my god! Wow, that is a rare death. Okay, I guess we'll do the beginning of the level again. Yeah,
they ripped through 2 medkits pretty fast there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I've never died there. That was odd. Okay.
Have you done that in the past, Drago?
Do you know dangerous? I can't say I have, no.
So that's never happened before? Whoa.
There we go. That's what it's meant to look like.
Nice.
This level in particular is very notorious for not loading in areas of the map, which looks so far Greg is not having any issues.
Yes.
It's almost it's weird how it like changes per runner. Maybe it's hardware specific, but I consistently get deloads here. It's very strange.
Yeah, just threw a grenade there to blow up the whatever it is, so that the water isn't electric there anymore.
This is another mech section of the game, but you know, mechs are slow. We're just gonna run by everything. You can see this. They're gonna throw down several mechs at us, but we can just walk by them.
Then important here, I have to slow-mo, and that is to get in front of rockets that another mech is about to fire. And that's because it's going to blow up that wall over there so that we can continue.
Jeez.
And then, I'll be careful. We're going to do a drop later on that's going to take some of our health, and reloading checkpoints actually refills your health. So I'm just going to be extra careful and make sure that I have full health for when we do the drop.
But in this game...
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I was going to say, there was also ghosts and stuff. I'm not sure of the actual lore reason, or if there is a lore reason, but there are now just ghosts in the game.
Yeah, and Dragon does have medkits here, but one of the caveats to the system that's in place to automatically refill your health when you get down to low on the easiest difficulty doesn't work for fall damage, so you'll just instantly die.
Yeah. And we sort of want to preserve medkits for this upcoming fight. This is the infamous tram fight, which is the largest source of RNG in the game, and can also softlock randomly. So it's just a really great combination of things to have right at the end of the run. It has a few different phases. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it when we get there, which is just going to be in a bit here. Got some platforming to do. In the previous few levels, I picked up some proximity mines, which I'm going to use throughout the tram, just to hopefully speed some things up.
And you may notice we still do not have a weapon. Since we finished the last level without having a weapon, we're going to continue that on through this level. So, but we're going to be forced to take it out here because, yeah, this is the tram fight. So Drake is going to set up some proxy mines, some specific locations just to stop, just to kill some enemies that are going to fall down over on that side. We're kind of just waiting here for the door to open. Once we get over to the other side, Drake is going to put down the last 2 proxy mines and then set up for an unintended jump to get over to the other train car where the enemies are going to spawn. So Drake is going to get on top of here, on top of this railing, and then once the tram gets closer on our side, he's going to slow-mo and jump kick, or just jump. Make our way over here.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry, it looks like Alma grabbed a hold of the studio equipment and just tore a big hole in it, but we fixed it and we're back. Drake, if you want to count us down, we can resume Project Origin here.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's get back into it. Let's go again from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go again. So yeah, So as I was saying, we're here in the tram fight. We're trying to take out enemies just as they spawn. That might have been the last one, actually. Oh no, got one more here. They, because we're still meant to be on that tram over there, the enemies will go up onto these pallets and try to walk over there, even though we're not actually there anymore. As soon as we hear that dialogue, that is the indication that's the first phase is over. And so we're now going to wait on the edge here and hop back onto this the other tram here. We picked up 2 more proximity mines, which I'm just going to place down. And this second phase is going to consist of enemies zip-lining down onto the tram here. And so once again, spawns random, and so it's just a case of checking both sides and making sure that you're getting enemies as soon as they spawn.
So the RNG factor of this section comes into play at the very end here. There's some enemies that can just hang out and do not want to come down that ladder. They saw what we did to their squad mates and do not want any part of it.
Yes, I've also had the ending of this fight soft lock on me, just totally. So let's hope that doesn't happen. It's only happened to me once, but you know. Was that it? No. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Okay.
Very nice.
And then for this third phase, this bit of the tram is going to come over here, and we need to, depending on which side you finish the last phase on, you have to jump onto like the other bit of the tram here. So we jump onto it, then immediately run backwards. And that's because we need to kill this enemy here. Oop. And that's going to kick us into the third phase properly. I'm going to be throwing grenades here just to hopefully kill some enemies that spawn over there, whilst taking out the enemies that spawn on my side. And that was pretty good, okay.
Yeah, they just like patiently stood there and waited for you.
Yeah, that's very kind.
They're like, yep, you can reload. We'll take your time.
Yeah, so that was, okay. Yeah, that was the infamous tram fight. Yeah, huge short of RNG, yeah, huge pain steal at the end of the bar. That was, yeah, pretty good tram fight overall, I would say.
Yeah, very well.
And then we crashed the tram, of course, and we move on like this.
We don't have our tram license. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. The story of this game at this point is that Keegan has been, I don't know, sort of possessed or something by Alma, and ever since the last level we've been following him and chasing him, because Alma is actually in pursuit of us. And so we're sort of looking for Alma while trying to avoid her at the same time. Get up onto the ladder here. And then this skip here used to be much more annoying. A while ago, a significantly easier version of it was found, which I am very glad about. It wasn't the hardest skip in the run, but we're just going to go into this wall, jump into it, and jump over the banner there.
Yeah, so that's very similar tech to the pillar climb that you saw in Tier 1, where you just spam jump, hold W into the wall, and you can climb up it.
Yeah.
Was that discovered by Matt as well?
That was Colon who found that.
Oh, Colon.
Yeah.
So a very tiny skip that Dragon can do here. He's going to try to jump kick and get on top of this box. It looks very weird.
It's not very consistent. I'm just kind of spamming jump and all the inputs at once to try and get up there. The game doesn't want to do it.
One day.
Yeah. It's a very small time save, like maybe a half a second.
You just have to get to jump over the door a little bit quicker. And then this is a big section where you're meant to pick up a sniper rifle here and take out all of the snipers that you can see here are aiming at us, but you don't actually have to. We can just run by all of them and activate this new tram.
Oh,
wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the situations where Jacob was lower on health, and he had a med kit, but again, the one of the caveats to the auto refill on med kits is you're not able to be invisible from above.
All damage don't count.
Yeah.
And then we get a nice long 2-minute lore dump, which is everybody's favourite part of a speedrun. We have 2 minutes now just to explore the tram, I guess.
Well, if we've got 2 minutes, then I've got a joke for Gulch.
Okay.
All right, Gulch.
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Alma.
Alma who?
Alma homies hate F.E.A.R 3.
You're definitely not wrong.
Yeah.
And that is coming up next. But while we're sitting through this lore dump, folks, if you have not heard of Frame Fatales, that is one of our communities here at Games Done Quick. They are a community of women and femmes who share a passion for speedrunning, gaming, and charity. In addition to their 2 flagship events, Frost Fatales in the winter and Flame Fatales in the summer/fall, they also host activities year-round in their community Discord, like Game of the Month and randomizer events. If you want to learn more about that, you can type !FF in chat.
That's wonderful. That was a wonderful joke. I'm glad we're putting the 2 minute here to good use.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will forever catch strays for running F.E.A.R 3, but it's okay.
Stray, did you say?
Stray, yeah. Someone who runs that game.
So, get here. We're going to get another Alma section, but you're actually meant to be going and finding a bunch of more Alma sections like that, but we can just jump onto the box there and skip all of them. And then talk to the button.
Now we're on to the home stretch, last level.
So this gives us some further context on some of the events that happen in F.E.A.R 1. We see some flashbacks or, whatever with Harlan Wade here. And this is basically explaining just some of the backstory about what happened to Alma and why she has the powers that she has.
So we're coming up to the area where the last skip of the game, or last major skip is. We still have a smaller one, but this is definitely where I, as a runner, get extremely nervous. This one, just like the themes of all the other F.E.A.R 2 skips, we're going to be doing some out-of-bounds traversal with paper-thin walls, where we can very likely fall out of bounds if we mess up the tiniest input. So
yeah, we're meant to be getting into that turret there. And it's meant to be another turret sequence like there was at the beginning of Keegan. We're going to get on top of this box here, do some jumps to get up here, and then we're basically out of bounds at this point. So we want to walk over to this section here, very carefully jump onto the thing there, and then very carefully jump onto the pipes there, move carefully around, and then jump back in bounds come on, like that, and activate the button to skip that turret sequence.
Very nice job, Drago.
Yeah, that's one of another skip where the checkpoint is not forgiving. You have to go all the way back to the beginning of the pipe if you mess up that skip. And then Stokes should be joining us, or she's through the store actually. Hi, Stokes.
Beckett, over here!
I'm impressed, Drago. Not one deload. You must have the
there is still this section up here which can deload, but
we'll fix it.
Alfred wasn't sure what will happen.
Does anyone else think that Stokes kind of looks like Claire Redfield a little bit?
I can see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the facsimile of Claire Redfield.
Nobody else could have done it. If we get out of this, it's because of you.
Go ahead and cycle the airlock, and then we have to sort of wait around here for Stokes to make her way to us.
Go ahead and cycle the airlock.
Way ahead of you.
Once we're inside, I'll need to make sure everything's set up the way Snakefish indicated in his note. While I'm doing
And
that,
cycle one more airlock.
break another airlock.
Someone in chat said Claire Bluefield.
And then timing's going to be very shortly here. We need to start moving to avoid a soft lock, and then we can jump up onto the here.
Nice.
Do some platforming and skip those platforms having to come down, and then there's going to be a chair over here. Time will be as soon as I interact with the chair. So say 3, 2, 1, and that is time. GG.
Excellent. Great job, Drago.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Good run. It's super fun to watch. But yeah, tell people where they can find you on the internet as we wrap this up.
I am available at twitch.tv/Drager_SR. Not really doing anything at the moment. I'll probably be doing F.E.A.R. 3 speedrun soon. A whole bunch of... I don't want to give too many spoilers for the next one, but yeah, a whole bunch of skips and stuff have been found in it. So I'll probably be doing that at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, yeah, thank you again for showing it off. And yeah, folks, we are going to take a quick little break. Welcome back to Crosshair here on the GDQ Hotfix. We've just seen F.E.A.R. 1, F.E.A.R. 2. I don't know what we're going to do for the rest of the show because it's not like there's a F.E.A.R. 3 that we can show off. But we've got Gulch and 8-Bit Monster here to do a co-op speedrun of a game that does not exist. So I don't know how this is going to work. But I'm going to pass it over to them to take it away. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're me, 8-Bit, and I doing co-op F.E.A.R. 3 any percent. F.E.A.R. 3 is a game that exists, contrary to popular belief.
Not convinced, but okay.
The co-op run is currently the fastest version of this game. It's about to change pretty soon because some new stuff got found. But we'll elaborate that a little bit throughout the run. 8-Bit, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm 8-Bit Monster. Yeah, so I'm pretty new to running F.E.A.R. 3, so this is my first time showing this game, and I started co-op running this game with Gulch pretty recently. I think it's been like 3 weeks, maybe a month or so since we started this together. And it's been super fun, yeah, and I'm very excited to be here and glad I get to be a part of this, so thank you all for having me.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and we can begin the run whenever you're ready, 8-Bit.
Yeah. So there's going to be a timer that comes up on the screen that will count down to 1. Pretty much once that hits 0 and the screen starts, you see the first cutscene, we can start the timer. All right.
Thank you.
And I forgot it. Just skip the cutscene. All right, we can start.
All right, so F.E.A.R. 3 starts us off in a prison. There's 2 different playable characters in this game. I'm playing as F.E.A.R, and 8-Bit is playing as Point Man. So 8-Bit is the host lobby, so it's by default the first player is always Point Man. Point Man is the character in this game that really breaks this game apart. He has a slow-mo mechanic that we're going to use throughout the run to gain a little bit of extra height when we're jumping, and that'll allow us to get out of bounds. F.E.A.R has the ability to possess enemies, which if you look at my screen now, you'll see a good example of that. So I can lift enemies up, possess their bodies, and now I am that soldier. That's going to be important. It'll help us in some areas to get ahead and hit triggers faster. It'll allow us to skip some certain running sections and allow me to be in the fights a little bit more quicker. So we'll be using that throughout the run just to save a little bit of time here and there on hitting specific triggers. But Point Man is definitely the real highlight of this run, as you'll see in a little bit here.
Yeah, Point Man tends to take a lot of the spotlight in the co-op run. Point Man's also the main character that you play in the solo run as well. So F.E.A.R's a bit of an extra that helps out with some certain skips and things like that as well. That makes things a little faster. We skip right over my favorite part of this whole level. Right when you walk down, that guy, and then dies.
Yeah. So there's a skip here. This can be done by both Point Man and F.E.A.R, but with F.E.A.R, I can do it from a very long range distance and just possess that enemy over the gap there. And what that allows me to do is just skip a little bit of running and activate this lever early. 8-Bit is going to stand at that gate and run out. I'm just going to sit in this corner here and I'll teleport over to him. So Point Man's and...
Pausing?
Oh, keep going.
Good? Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So Point Man is the first character of this game, like the player 1, you could say. And due to that, we have to wait for and let Point Man go first in a lot of areas in order to hit certain triggers. Sometimes if I'm first and I get too far away from Point Man, I'll actually teleport back to him. So we're really going to want 8-Bit here to take the lead in some places and hit the triggers for us when needed.
Yeah, we also, you can see the screen's getting really red. We tend to avoid as many fights as we can. You can go down. Luckily in co-op, if you do go down, though, there is a pickup mechanic. Obviously, it's not very fast, so we try to avoid dying where possible, but it does happen. Sometimes the enemies in this game can be very aggressive, and other times they can be like stormtroopers and just kind of miss you at every shot. They just depends on the day they're having.
I love the ragdoll that one dude hit when you slide kick. That was so good.
Y'all thought slide kick in F.E.A.R 2 is good. It's where's the door? I can't see. Thank you. So I got a little confused for a second. No, the slide kicking in this game is very impressive.
Hold on, we've got a problem here.
Yeah, just like in all the other F.E.A.R games, slide kicking OP. Just one hit enemies, slide into them. It's fine.
I would even say this game's shooting mechanics are probably just like even slightly more polished than F.E.A.R 2, like by the tiniest hair. But,
yeah, the shooting mechanics in this game are very fun. I really enjoy it a lot. For what it lacks in story, the game is actually pretty fun.
I would agree with that, yeah.
All right, so at the end here, I'm going to possess this enemy down the hallway and try to kill off these enemies that are at the end of the room here as fast as possible. Me standing here is going to prevent some enemies spawning in and allow us to end the level early. There's supposed to be a huge group of enemies coming out from the way I was looking there, but if we're standing in the way, we can prevent the spawns and end the level a little bit earlier.
All right. And at the end of every level, too, there's like a cutscene that plays. We have to mash the keyboard and skip all those cutscenes. So, yeah, pretty good first level, I'd say.
Yeah,
we did pretty well. So we're moving on to Slums next. So Slums, the first section is pretty auto-scrollery. We just kind of keep jumping up and down here in the sewers. Jumping is faster than just kind of holding W. So that's why you'll see me continue to jump here for a bit. And then there'll be pretty much a bunch of combat sections going all the way through this level. There's not a lot of big skips here for co-op, so it's just getting through the level pretty much as fast as we can.
Yeah, that actually,
there are.
Oh no, go
ahead, Dane.
Oh no, dude, feel free.
Okay. Yeah, there actually are some new skips that were recently. Levels. So far from what we've tested, it only works on solo, but we could potentially find a setup. It's mainly due to the way loads work in this game, and F.E.A.R kind of being left behind and Point Man doing some of these skips causes F.E.A.R to like fall through the map when you load in a certain area ahead. So right now we haven't been able to find use for it yet and make those viable for co-op, but so currently co-op is the fastest run in the game, looking at the speedrun.com boards, but that's about to change here pretty soon.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to ask about that because co-op usually is faster in most games, so that's interesting.
Yeah, there are more enemies that spawn in most of these fights in co-op, but we're able to it's not too many more. It's maybe like a couple enemies. So yeah, co-op is definitely faster because of that. There's actually one skip that you can't do in co-op, at least in the old route, and it's still faster, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird how some of the new skips that have been found don't work for co-op. It has just so much to do with all the load zones and like how loading works between having 2 players connected opposed to just you being on your own. It's too bad some of them don't work yet.
So this is one of the sections in the game that we're going to be doing a lot of combat here. This game does have a good mix of out-of-bounds glitches and large skips, skipping entire levels, and also levels like this where we're just showcasing our accuracy and gun
Not
skill.
me. My accuracy is not doing so good right now.
Clap.
All right. And there is a forced sniper section up ahead, but we can actually skip it by killing these 2 enemies at the back very fast. So, yep, got it.
I didn't see you go past me. The game was lagging. All right.
I think we still got it though. So this shotgun enemy, for some reason, comes out of this door when we kill those 2 enemies in that building in quick succession. We're supposed to, that enemy is not supposed to come out until after we defeat all the sniper enemies in that area, but for some unknown reason, it just kicks right open.
Yeah, and one other weird mechanic in this game with co-op, I don't know if you mentioned it, but F.E.A.R, the character that Gulch is playing, can't open, like normally with the Point Man, you can hold E, right, to open the doors before you even run up to them. So like you're already holding the button and it opens as soon as it unlocks when you get close by. However, F.E.A.R cannot do that. I guess his hands don't work the same way. So unfortunately, F.E.A.R being in front of the door at the same time or shortly before, Point Man kind of slows it down a little bit because I can just, as the main host, can just open the doors instantly.
Yeah, I usually just try to hold doors open for 8-bit and let them walk right by.
Yeah, so thank you for holding the door for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, throughout that level, we were picking up grenades from the cases that lay around the map and use all of the grenades that we have to make quick work of that mecha enemy there. Missed one.
Yeah, we missed one. Ooh, who did we miss? We killed them all.
It?
Oh, got him down here.
Nice. Yeah, there are very specific enemies that we have to kill in that area to unlock the door. So coming up ahead here, there is we are looking for like one enemy to spawn far back to the left. They sometimes can't for whatever reason. The spawns are just random here, but if they do, I'll be able to save a little bit of time as F.E.A.R by possessing that far enemy.
Nice.
So the end game trigger is luckily one of the points of progression in the game that Faddle can touch without having to wait for point man. So I can actually get ahead and help save some time here.
What a speedrunner.
Such a gentleman. Now we move on to my favorite trick of the game. And I say that so lovingly. This is a pretty difficult trick. Once I start moving around here, I'll let Gulch kind of take over too. But this trick is kind of wild. It skips the entire level and makes it a 2-minute affair. So it's a pretty huge trick. It is a pretty huge trick. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the longer levels. This is, I think, like 11 or 12 minutes casually. I guess in a speedrun glitchless. But yeah, 8-Bit's hopefully going to do a little bit of parkour here using the slow-mo mechanic to get up out of bounds and hit the end level trigger. So using Point Man, you can use slow-mo, and if he activates slow-mo and releases jump, and releases slow-mo at the same exact time, you can get a little bit of extra height on your jump, which allows us to get to areas that we aren't intended. So 8-Bit's going to jump over to the shelf. He's going to do a long jump with slow-mo, so you also get more distance if you hold in your slow-mo.
I thought I was going to fall. Nice. Okay, now this is the scary part. Okay.
Yeah. 8-Bit's going to set up on this piece of sheet metal. There's a pretty specific lineup he's looking for to slide down here. And then I'll be quiet while he concentrates on this last jump. Very nice try.
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
and this is a certified lock-in moment.
The unfortunate part about this game, along with F.E.A.R 2, is you don't have quick saves, so you don't have the luxury of saving your spot and just trying the jump again. You have to start from square one. So, and at any point in this glitch's setup, we could fall down and have to start this all over.
Nope. Sometimes also when you get to the edge of that little that shelf up there, it doesn't take your jump input and just lets you run right off.
No coyote time on that.
No. This is I've practiced this skip. I can't tell you how many hours. I think half the hours I have on this game are practicing this. All right, hold on.
Yeah, this is the biggest reset point of the run. It being the third level in the run, better than being at the end game, but yeah, it's very frustrating getting to store. I've had many attempts where I just, many days when I get here and just resetting constantly. It is not easy.
Oop, hold on. My hands are shaking.
You got this.
Oh, okay. We're gonna give this one more try. In the interest of time. I want to get this. I would really like to show this. If we can't get this, I don't want to sit here all night doing it. I'm sure everybody would love that, but I promise. Okay.
We do have speedruns from the crypt to get to after this, so
yeah. Yep. If not, we'll skip to the next level.
I mean, that's kind of what we're doing now, but
yeah, well, yeah, that is a very fair point. We are indeed. Oh, go! I can't see that. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. There we go.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Oh my god, I hate that trick. Okay.
Huge. Great job.
Looks painful.
Oh, I've learned. I'm a newer speedrunner, right? And I've played a few games now. I've learned like I think six games, and that is the hardest trick in any game I've played. I hate that trick. So up here, Yeah, there's like another very precise setup here. So hopefully it works the first time. All right. So we have to line up specifically with this little dot we see here on the floor. Here we go. And then we're gonna sprint and slow-mo jump off right into the void.
Leap of faith.
And hope that it loads. Okay, cool. We got it.
Very nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at the end there, 8-Bit's doing a precise jump to hit the end load trigger for the level. If he misses the end load trigger and just loads in the last area, I'll just fall into the void and die, and then the level we can no longer progress and finish the level. So
it's
just
so
being off by the tiniest amount can make it so that it just
It's so precise on co-op for some reason. It's really, really weird. Because like on single player, I found a setup that basically you could just where am I going? You could just jump on that roof and run right off, and it will hit the trigger pretty much every time. But on co-op, if you're off even by like a frame, the game's like, I don't think so, Buster.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why it's much more precise. Probably due to like the weird loads issues that we're running into with the other skips. Yeah. This is another area where I have to wait for 8-Bit or else get teleported back. But most of the time I am further ahead just simply due to the fact that I'm F.E.A.R and I can possess enemies from far away and like teleport and stuff, so I'm always a little bit ahead. Unfortunate that
I'm about to die.
wait.
Okay. Jeez. That was not scary. I wasn't gonna die. Just joking.
I mean, this isn't a horror game, so it's not like it would be scary.
I was scared.
So there's a little bit of RNG in this fight. We're kind of waiting for two enemies to jump over this fence. And for some reason, they can just take a long time. We haven't quite figured that out yet. And it looks like one of the unlucky times where they're taking their sweet time.
Of course.
Yeah. Sometimes because normally they hop over first, and then this guy on the left hops over. But now, as you see, like the two people that hop over these little balconies just keep hopping over constantly, over and over.
And yeah, we have another mech fight here. You can kind of see a trend with our mech fights. Just get all the grenades we can and throw it.
Did we get it?
That's our strategy. Yep, we got it.
Okay.
He's still alive a little bit, but yeah. Head.
All right. Whew.
This is another area in the game where it's going to force us into a walking section. So we're just going to continuously jump in order to move a little bit faster. We can get pushed at these doorways if we jump and hit the door frame at the right angle. It'll just push us forward a little bit, saving this smallest amount of time. Here I'm gonna let him get attacked by the enemy. I can just run by. If I go in the room at the same time, my aim will lock on to that enemy, and I can't really get past. So
it's kind of crazy. It's like a weird little thing. I'll never understood that one. Yep,
and here we have a bunch of cultists here. 8-Bit's gonna throw 2 shock grenades, and it's gonna hopefully kill all the enemies.
Oh yeah, except for that one. Good. And now we're about to play my favorite game, or at least how I assume this game is played. We're about to play Dead by Daylight. But we're gonna run around in circles for 5 minutes from these enemies and try not to get killed while we wait for the game to load.
Very nice.
And these enemies are very numerous in store. It's like the first introduction we get to them. And in there, I'd be able to show off a little bit of the mechanics that those enemies have to offer. But there's some that have different weapons. You can throw knives and stuff. So there's a lot of different enemies that, as F.E.A.R, you can possess and have cool abilities, but fortunately don't get to show off. But yeah, as you can see now, I'm possessing one of these little cultist enemies. They do have faster movement speed, so it is nice to be them when you can. And supposedly, I haven't done too much testing of this, but I've been told that if you possess one of these enemies and while this cutscene transitions, in the next area, I'll be able to have faster movement speed when I'm not supposed to. So.
Yeah,
We'll see if that works this time.
There's a lot of like these weird sections in the game that are going to start coming up now from like this level onwards, like right here. Oh yeah, you got the. Did you get the zoomies? No,
I didn't.
So these are like weird walking cutscenes where you legitimately just kind of hold W and get to like some object at the end of the line, and it loads the next part. That happens a lot, but sometimes Fettel gets zoomies and goes really fast. All right.
I'm actually gonna exit out of this enemy. I'm gonna grab one of these.
You want me to kill a sniper?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Yeah, so we pre-throw a grenade.
That was a very good grenade.
All the way over here because all these enemies start spawning out of this door because we're trying to kill every those enemies in there as quickly as possible in order to force the next wave to come out to trigger the next portion of the level here. So hopefully,
as
soon as they start climbing over the wall, any day now. Wait, what's happening? What was that?
I didn't get the loading. I don't know why.
I'm not gonna say it, but that was weird.
Oh, so this has not happened previously?
No, that one was a little strange.
This occurrence has not had an occurrence prior to this moment?
No, it is a rare occurrence. Yeah.
Would you say that's never mind.
So here's a section where we're intended to go in that little mech that we just passed by at the basketball court, but as we've seen as a trend in this game and the F.E.A.R series, mechs are slow. We just don't even want to touch them.
Yeah. So instead, like two cool dudes, we just we run through all these enemies without a mech and then avoid this one. Yep. No mech required.
Little bit of optimization you can do here as Fettel. Just look through here, possess an enemy that's a little bit far away, and then I can hit the trigger to load the next area.
I was to leave a legacy of gods.
Yeah, this is like after this level, pretty much all the levels after this are really broken. There's a lot of skips in place. Suburbs is probably the longest level in the game right now. Well, actually, I think it is the longest level, and it doesn't have any skips. There was a new one that was discovered thanks to KPC. I don't.
That one should be possible on co-op.
That's a crazy skip, but
yeah, it was just discovered. I think was last night.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So crazy thing. I think Gulch was talking about this earlier. I was focusing, so I kind of missed it, but. Yeah, a lot of the skips in this game that kind of make the run possible between co-op and solo weren't discovered until about a year or so ago by Matt. He's the one who kind of routed and found a lot of the stuff that we use in this run. And then, KPC now. Yeah, Matt's a goat at this game for that. So... But yeah, KPC now is breaking the game even more apart recently. So, yeah, and finding stuff as recent as yesterday, like you said. So it's pretty wild that this game still has a lot going for it. There's a lot more to discover.
So here's a little mini boss section that we have here. We're gonna have to take out these little conductors. The enemies are gonna spawn each time. And we just want to kill the enemies that spawn as quickly as possible so that the next conductor can get charged. And just like that, we out of that mini boss fight.
Easy. All right, on to my second favorite level of the entire run.
Yeah, this level is called Tower. It is definitely one of the more unforgiving levels of the game. There's a few different skips in this game, in this level, and one of them being the second hardest aside from the store. So, hoping everything goes well. I'm sure 8-Bit will knock it out the park.
I hope everything goes well too. This is also like a pretty hard reset point in the run as well. If you're depending on what you're trying to accomplish through your runs. This trick can be a pretty make or break. Get it on the first try, you're sitting pretty good for the rest of the run. But Sometimes it takes a reload or two to get over it, but we'll show you when we get to it here soon.
There was a brand new skip found here as well that skips about a minute and a half of gameplay, but is possible in co-op, at least a variation of it. But I haven't quite implemented it. All the skips that I'm referencing here are super new within the last week, so weren't quite ready to implement them yet.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I didn't have enough time to practice since they were discovered, so.
Yeah.
All right, coming up here, we're gonna do another skip, so it's once we get over the top of this building here. There's a short skip. We're gonna use security cameras for the way that they were intended, which is jumping on top of them.
And I didn't talk about it yet, but there's this little blue aura that I can put on 8-bit, and that just helps damage reduction. You'll see me do that throughout the run. One of the nice abilities that F.E.A.R has, but 8-bit's gonna jump on the security camera, get out of bounds here, and make his ways throughout the level, skipping. There's 3 or 4 different fight sequences that we're skipping on this. This is one of the largest skips in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the saves probably. Yeah, saves probably about 2 minutes ish.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty lengthy fights. So, and I'm just gonna hang out here. This is one of the areas that, as you can see on my screen, a lot of the area deloads once 8-bit gets far. This is one of the sections I can stay safe and stay on top of and won't fall. So I can just wait for 8-bit to get to a specific point, and I'll teleport back to him here.
Yeah, this is another good, fun jumping section. So these are one of the worst sections too. So that right there, that little monster we see that's smacking me, that's the creeper. So the creeper, there's a couple sections in this game where the creeper will run around and chase you, and he'll pop up randomly and smack you. He likes to pop outside of your vision a lot of times, and unfortunately, what you don't want to have happen there is him to grab you, because if he grabs you in this section, it's about 10 to 15 second time loss if he grabs you. So you kind of spam melee attack and kind of whip around like that to make sure that you melee him so that he doesn't do that grab on you, because he can do it more than once. It's not a one-time deal. He'll keep doing it. All right, here we go.
And this is the skip that we were referencing earlier. This is the second hardest skip of the game. It's pretty precise jump. Looks like it's simple, but it is not. It is you have a very small window of getting this. I'm going to protect 8-bit a little bit by shielding him there. I'm also going to try to defeat this mini boss enemy so that I can pick out some of the enemies so 8-bit doesn't have to deal with getting damaged too much.
Only a few tries.
Nice.
No reset. I'll take it.
Very nice.
That trick is a lot harder than it looks. There's an invisible wall right on top of that little turnstile that you have to jump up onto. And the way it works is you slow-mo and you run forward. And as you run forward and jump, you also have to hit A to strafe a little bit to the left so that your character kind of bounces up against the wall to give you a little bit of extra height boost so that you can land on top of that invisible wall right there. Yeah, it's very tough. Last night we were practicing, and I think I got stuck there for 8 minutes of the entire 30 or 40 minute run. So yeah, it's not fun.
I mean, you say it looks harder than it's harder than it looks. It looks hard to begin with, so I don't know how viable that is.
I don't know. I feel like it doesn't look hard. When I first was learning this game, I think Gulch was watching me and I was streaming. And or someone was watching, and I was practicing I was doing the trick. I watched it and I was like, okay, that doesn't look too hard, and I got it on the very first try I ever tried it. And then I was like, oh, that's not too bad. And then cue impending failure. Then once I started speedrunning the game.
That happens to me so often. That speaks to my heart and soul. I will straight up pull off a ridiculously hard trick first try, and then I will spend hours struggling to get it again. And it happens all the time. It's very weird.
It's so crazy. That happened to me a few weeks ago when I started learning another game called Grime. It's a Metroidvania game, and I had some speedrunners in there who were the world record holder was in there watching and helping me. And I was doing all these tricks. They're like, oh, this one's really hard. This one's like, you're probably going to struggle with this one. And I got it the first try. And I just got the most silent chat I've ever seen. And I was like, well, I'm sorry.
They just got so upset.
All right, we're going to show off one of the new tricks here that actually was found. Normally, we would go around, but we're going to do a different one here. We're going to climb up here.
Nice.
And we're up and we're up. So normally, what you would do is where that crate was, we would normally sprint past it and a hole opens up in the ground and we jump over the hole in the ground. And then we climb up on some barrels. We do a little, strafe jump up onto a tent and come up that same way. And that way on that little weapon crate takes about 15 seconds or so. Yeah, pretty nice little find.
Yep. Also found by KPC Zombie.
That was a really good time on that level. All right. Time for the next set of jumps that are pretty tough here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's gonna do a slow-mo jump to get on top of this little piece of broken car that's on fire. After we get on top of that, he's gonna do another slow-mo jump to get on top of the bus in front of us.
Up, please. Thank you.
Yeah, this.
Nope.
There's a very small spot on this object that you can stand on, so it makes it a little bit of a pain to get on and especially jump off.
Because you have to get enough speed and jump at the very last second to actually make that. And it's not over either. All right.
We got one last slow-mo jump here.
Oh,
let's go.
Make it on top of the bridge. All right. Very nice. And while 8-Bit is navigating on top of the highway, I'm below and going to try to load in the area for him. So we're just going to make our way through the level as intended. And then once we get to a certain point, we'll be actually warped up to Point Man after he gets far enough away.
Yeah, and like the scary part too about being up here, while it doesn't look like, well, now I'm not doing anything, but at the very beginning there, now I just get a whole W until Gulch just loads everything in for me. I'm basically, like passenger princess right now. But what happened before was there were cracks in the floor. Well, I guess technically on this like ceiling that I'm walking on top of. And if I fall through those, that's the end of that. So we'd have to reload the checkpoint. So I had to like really be careful and watch my feet. Not to fall in those cracks, which I've done a lot of times solo.
But here you get, if you want to see what happens when you fall through the cracks, I'll show you. I gotta load in this next area for 8-Bit, so I'm gonna fall down in a specific spot so I land on this beam, move it over to the left, and that loads in the next area.
And you see the loading
you
thing.
actually do this same thing as Point Man, but as Fettle, I'm kind of just stuck here. But with Point Man, you can just jump out and get out. Saves a little bit of time for allowing 8-Bit just to go right up ahead, and I can load it for him.
Yep.
Suddenly computer.
Yeah, and here coming up, we're about to get into the most boring section of the entire run. It's like 2.5 minutes of just, chilling, hanging out, walking in a mech, going forward. So there'll be a lot of time to, contemplate why you speedrun, why this game, if this game is actually real. Just a lot of life choices you can really think about in this time. So there is only.
I had a question about that because this is a co-op run, and so one of you can play Fettle and one of you can play Point Man. Why did you pick the ones you picked for this? Is there like a reason for that?
I wouldn't say there was a real big reason. So I first started learning this game about a month and a half ago, right? And because I wanted to learn co-op to do this because Gulch was looking for someone to run it with. So I was like, okay. And then I learned the game, and then he was just like, all right, when we do the co-op, he's like, well, since you just learned the game and you know how to play the solo, since this run is very much like the solo run for Point Man, you can play Point Man, and I'll play Fettle since I know how to play him. And then I think that was pretty much the discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. So 8-Bit's going to do a glitch here, actually. He activated his armor prior to hitting that checkpoint. And once you run into that checkpoint, he reloaded. And what's going to allow him to do is have infinite armor. So we can just cruise through the rest of this level, not having to worry about the damage incoming. So a lot of rocket enemies coming up ahead and helicopters swarming 8-Bit. So it's actually really, really nice that that's possible.
Yeah.
And actually, that was discovered live on a hotfix by Matt when he was first showcasing all the glitches that he found. Yeah. Accidentally activated armor at the right time and reloaded the checkpoint, because reloading a checkpoint when you're in the mech also adds back all of your health as well. So Matt was just trying to get all of his health back and ended up actually making himself invincible. And was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Nice.
Also,
and now we do it all the time.
I do want to say I do appreciate and thank you for Gulch for allowing me to play Point Man, the main character, who has probably the most relying on them the whole run, despite me only knowing the game for so long. You put a lot of faith in me.
That was kind of the underlying tone to my question, was like, if 8-Bit is like brand new to the run, and I'm not saying you're a bad runner at all, like absolutely not saying that, but like if the run is like, if this is Point Man's run, why did the more experienced runner not take that? Like, that was sort of the underlying tone to the question.
That was my expectation when I was like, cool, I'm like, I can't believe I just met, because I had just met Gulch at SGDQ this year, right? So I only met him 6 months ago or whatever. And on like the last day of SGDQ, basically. And, you know, so it was weird. I was like, that's a lot of faith to put in me for having just learned this run for 3 weeks or a month. And then it's like, all right, let's do the co-op run. And had full faith in me to do it. So, I
mean, if I can speak on it, I know, like, I saw how much, time and dedication you put into learning the run and how much time you practice. So I was like, yeah, you're more than capable of, being the hard carry for this run. And I like Fettle a lot. I enjoy the solo run for Fettle as well. It's a good fit, and 8-Bit's killing it.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I mean, I just wish I could have a solo run like that, like our record run. Oh my goodness, if I could have a run like that solo, I could beat Draga. We have a co-op world record. 8-Bit did an insane job. Just I got the first. At first it was the first sub 40, and it ended up being also a sub 38 once we removed loads, because we recently changed the rules to not be timed RTA, which is real time. All right, we skipped over a couple things here. There's some very quick skips right back to back. So the one on the last level, pretty crazy. There's like mechs shooting at you. There's some out of bounds stuff. You have to slow-mo jump and you get over the barrier. Normally you're in the mech. It's crazy. And then this one, we jump on some crates to get onto that plane so we can hop over out of bounds. And we make a very long level, only a minute long. So we're about to see what happens here. So one second, I gotta count. All right. So there I have to count to 5, strafing to the right from that little sign on the ground, the airport sign, to get right into the right spot for us to load to the end of the level here. Hopefully I counted correctly. Yep, we're good.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, and that just turned a 15-minute level to the shortest level in the game. So,
Jeez.
Just like that.
Yep, and now another a scenic level where we get to run around and jump and watch some cutscenes about this game that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, this is the very last level in the game. So, we made it back to where we were being held as children and seen some flashbacks of that. The experiments they did on us, and the reason why we are.
Yep, story spoiler, they're brothers, these two characters. Alma is their mother, who is in the other games, is also in this game, kind of shows up and, tries to scare you a couple times. The lore of this game is quite strange.
Alma is pregnant again, so we are trying to find Alma to stop her so that can't be used for bad.
I always thought it was a little kind of an interesting choice that they reveal Point Man in this game. Like, 'cause you don't see his face in the first game, and you don't even encounter him in the second game. And then you can just see his face, and he's this dude with like a full beard and mustache and like long dark hair, and he just looks kind of weird. Like, who do you know that has a beard and mustache and long dark hair? It's just a weird look on a guy, right?
Yeah. You know, it's really weird. I kind of I feel like I know someone like that, but I can't quite place it.
Nah, you don't know anybody like that. Who
no,
you know that looks like that?
Never met anyone like that.
Not a one.
Yeah. So I got grabbed there, which is unfortunate. It happens, but
wait, you got grabbed there too?
Yeah,
that was the first time we both got grabbed.
You got grabbed at the same time? I was wondering why you were just standing there. I thought you were just like, oh, I'll just hang out. Oh, I didn't realize you got grabbed.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I didn't know that was possible, but apparently you can get double grabbed in this game.
Well, that's something new we learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gold and I do something new here as well that we kind of thought this might be better. So I pick up these little dual Uzis because we're about to get crazy in here, and these do a lot of damage pretty quickly. So we take these now for the end fight that you're about to see to help DPR or kill the final mobs faster, because the faster we kill the enemies in the last part here, the faster the boss kind of phases. So, but we're pretty much coming up on the end here of this run. All right. I suppose since we had some tech issues, things going down and all that fun stuff. Just before we end the run, I'll just go ahead and do my quick shout outs real quick. Just like, hey, I just want to say thanks. Thanks again for having us on and doing the whole the F.E.A.R trilogy tonight. I really am grateful to be a part of this F.E.A.R community. Everyone in it has been so nice and friendly, especially Gulch for teaching me F.E.A.R 3 a lot and helping me out watching my streams, and then also being my co-op partner for this game. Just what a great community and lovely people. Draka and KPC and Chirp and everyone that hangs out with us. So thanks a lot, everyone. And for being so supportive.
Yeah, shout out to the F.E.A.R community. And if you want to join, if you're interested in learning any of the runs that you saw today, please join the F.E.A.R Speedrunning Discord. It's very active. Everyone's really eager to help people learn the game that they're on a run. I'll certainly help people with any questions that they have about F.E.A.R 3. As we mentioned before, new skips being found all the time for currently F.E.A.R 3 and all the other F.E.A.R games too. So it is constantly changing.
Heck yeah. Yeah, and go follow our two runners. I follow both of them on Twitch. I've watched both their streams, and both their streams are awesome. Go follow them both. Gulch2 and 8-Bit Monster with a 0 in Monster, not an O.
Yeah, it's I'm so unique. Here we go, and since last hit,
time right here,
and time,
and it's time.
GG.
Woo!
Very nice.
Bad. And that's F.E.A.R 3.
That guy's having a day.
Yeah, that is our father.
That's me when I have headaches.
Very nice. Well, yeah, thank you both again for showing this off. And there he is. There's the man.
The man himself.
This was awesome. Thank you both again for showcasing this off. And folks, we are going to scooch right along into our next show. That is going to be it for Crosshair this evening. But stick around because Speedruns from the Crypt is coming up next. So get ready for some spoopy speedruns. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Crosshair. It's going to be Christmas Eve. And yes, we will be having shows that evening. And that's actually going to be the very next show where we broadcast from the new Crosshair headquarters. As you can see, I'm moving. So this was the last show from our current location. We'll be in the new location next time. But yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks on Christmas Eve for our next episode. And as always, folks, no matter what your dreams, goals, or hopes are in this world, always keep them in your crosshair. We'll see you next time.